And a good morning as we welcome you here to Minot as we are getting set for games 3 and 4 today for Post State as they take on the Glendive Blue Devils in the first game of the day today. And then we'll play as well also in game 3 of the day to close out the round-robin portion of the tournament for Post State. They are 0-2, along with Glendive both being 0-2 so far. Minot and Mandan are in the fast track to be in the championship game on Sunday. But it is Minot at 2-0, Mandan at 2-0. Yesterday, Mandan started the day off beating Glendive 8-7. Minot then beat Glendive 13-4. Pierre played Mandan and South Central the next two games. Mandan won 12-1 and South Central won 10-3. Then Minot closed out the night 9-0 win over South Central last night. So South Central 1-2, and for Post State, they need to win both games. They will probably need Minot to lose both their games today, Mandan to win both of their games, and then for South Central to make that Glendive to beat South Central to try and get themselves into the championship day on Sunday against, which would then be Mandan for sure. But both these teams, both Mandan and Minot, are a win away from getting themselves into the championship outside of maybe South Central going 2-0 today and forcing a three-way tie in that first spot. But either way, the Eights are looking to try and finish out their tournament with a couple of with two big wins here to get themselves going into the next week when they take on Watertown, as well as also Spearfish at Watertown the road and Spearfish at home. We'll take our first break here in the pregame show. We'll come back and talk starting lineups here in just a little bit. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR Sports on YouTube.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your healthcare is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Sometimes you get a piece of it and the ball sails over the fence. Other times, despite your best efforts, you strike out. I'm not just talking about the game, I mean your day. This is Pastor Sam of Faith Lutheran Church. Whether today feels like a home run or a strikeout, I encourage you to join us for worship. We celebrate when God gives us a wonderful day. We provide support and encouragement when that third strike comes. Come join us for encouraging and uplifting worship at Faith Lutheran Church.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Look, At AgTegra, we're leveraging the power of the cooperative to benefit our farmers and ranchers, their families, and local communities. We're creating jobs for your neighbors and putting money back into our communities. We're lending a hand in our rural fire departments, food banks, and 4-H and FFA programs. That's what local is all about. When you do business at AgTegra, you help us make a difference in your community. AgTegra, strong, stable, dependable, and local.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping is who you should call as we enter the fall season. They can make sure your lawn makes it through the tough South Dakota winters. They can help with the fall cleanup, winterize that sprinkler system so that it can be ready to go in the spring. And once the snow starts to fly, they can help with that too. Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, helping customers year-round. Call Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, 280-4440.
Back here at Minot as we are getting set for first pitch between Pierre and Glendive, as it is going to be Glendive, the home team, on the scoreboard. Post State will be the road team here in game number one. It will be the starting lineup for Post State. Nolan Peterson, the catcher, will lead things off. He'll be followed by Sunshine, the center fielder. Miles Doyle, the DH, batting third. Charlie Simpson, the first baseman, will bat fourth. Grayson Hunsley, the shortstop, batting fifth. Bridger Babcock, the second baseman, batting sixth. J.J. Buckles, the third baseman, will bat seventh. Braden Hulett, the left fielder, batting eighth. And Gunnar Edson, the right fielder, will bat ninth. Coulter Babcock is on the mound for Post State. For Glendive, Aiden Zodi Keiko will be the leadoff man. He is the catcher. Rod Clancy, the center fielder, bat second. Chase Crockett, the DH, batting third. Tegan Wall, the first baseman, will be in the cleanup spot. Carter Amsler, the left fielder, will bat fifth. Quinn Hofer, the third baseman, batting sixth. Jake Wade, the right fielder, batting seventh. Ethan Rivas, the shortstop, will bat eighth. And Jane Sela, the second baseman, will bat ninth. Ethan Cross is on the mound for Glendive here in our first game of a split doubleheader. We'll have the second game at 2:30 this afternoon, as it will be for Post State. They will play here in this first game, and then Mandan will take on South Central at 12:15. Pierre and Minot playing at 2:30. Glendive, South Central at 4:45, and Minot will face Mandan to close out the round robin of the portion of the tournament at 7 o'clock tonight. And what could be for them, depending on how their first games go, would be the somewhat of the preview of the championship game on Sunday, because those two teams could play at 7 o'clock and then turn right back around and play again on Sunday in the championship at 10 a.m. Post State would need both wins today and then some help, and they would need a lot of help to make sure that they can get into the championship game for Sunday. But we'll talk more about that as we get farther along. And obviously, if Pierre does not win this game, they will not be able to advance. If they do win this game, we can talk a little bit more about it when we get back for the Minot game, if things work in the favor of Post State as well. We will step aside one more time. When we come back, we will have for you first pitch between Pierre and Glendive. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR Sports on YouTube.
Hey, yo, Speedo's Lawn Care.
Hello. Say, my yard's in rough shape. It's got weeds, brown spots, and crabgrass.
Yeah, no problemo. What shade of green you need? We got 31 shades of green over here. Even the latest shade of septic tank grass green. That one just naturally gives off a glow.
Call the professionals at True Green. They know how to get your lawn healthy and keep it healthy. They guarantee it. All technicians are trained and certified.
Call True Green, 224-1916.
Stolken Peterson LLP has been your local CPA firm for over 40 years, offering tax preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, and consulting services. If your business, farm, or ranch needs professional, accurate, and reliable services, we are your firm. Our clients are our number one priority. If you need a higher level of accounting service, give us a call at 605-224-5828. That's Stolken Peterson LLP, 222 East Missouri Avenue in Pierre.
Why am I so sore? There are everyday moments.
Whoa, hey, hold the ladder! Hold the ladder!
Yeah, that hurt. And there are epic moments.
Slide! College! Class of 1995!
When a moment creates a health need, visit the experts at Avera Orthopedics. We're moving health forward so you can tell the story. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
Yag Air Incorporated is your locally owned ag chemical and seed retailer. Yag Air Incorporated offers reliable ground and aerial application. For the latest seed and chemical pricing, contact Kyle at 605-280-8710 or Tony at 605-280-4771. Yag Air for all your ag chemical and seed needs. Kyle 605-280-8710 or Tony 605-280-4771. It takes hard work to reach goals. It's a truth that applies to more than just sports. It also goes for your financial goals. You work hard for your money. You deserve an investment strategy that lines up with your game plan. Your local Edward Jones financial advisor can help. If your investments aren't getting you closer to the win, visit edwardjones.com or stop by your local Pierre area Edward Jones office for a financial review. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Ferding Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Ferding Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Ferding Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Ferding Electric, 224-8684. Two is upstairs, or is flown out towards left field. Apologize, had the mic muted on YouTube, and the catch made by the shortstop. So that is the first out of the ball game. Rivas will make the catch, and the leadoff man is retired. Had the mic muted, so couldn't even hear me talk about first pitch at 10 o'clock. And Peterson going 2 for 6 yesterday, and now Sutton Sunshine will step to the plates. First pitch will miss low and away for ball one. Sunshine yesterday in the leadoff spot in game number 1 went 1 for 2 with an RBI, then went 1 for 3 in the second game. That one will miss inside. The count's now 2-0. Just 10 guys make that actually hit him. And so Sunshine will get to the first, and the first man is aboard here to open up here with 1 out, and it brings up Miles Doyle. Doyle went 2 for 3 in game 2 after going 0 for 2 in game number 1 yesterday. Here's the first pitch. That'll miss low for ball 1. Ethan Cross so far, this will be his first start. 3 appearances now overall, 2 2/3 innings in the first 2 appearances, giving up 4 hits, 8 runs, 4 of them earned. 6 walks without a strikeout. ERA obviously with only 2 innings pitched so far at 10.5 and a 3.75 whip. As that pitch will be over for a strike, and the count is even at a ball and a strike here to the number 3 hitter in the batting order in Miles Doyle. Here's the 1-1. Runner takes off. The throw coming to second, be wide of the bag, and stealing it easily is going to be Sunshine. And a stolen base for Sunshine, and now it'll be 1-2 count here to Doyle. And the catcher now for Glendive will make his way out, and Zodi Keiko it is Amster out in left, Clonse in center, Wade in right, Hofer at third, Rivas at short, Suha at second, Wall at first, Zodi Keiko behind the plate, and Ethan Cross will deliver the 1-2 pitch to Miles Doyle. He missing low and inside. The count's now 2-2. Post State yesterday went 0-2. They left 10 men on base in the 10-3 loss, and another 5 guys on base in the 12-1 loss to Mandan. They're just a couple plays away from that to being a completely different game, as the count's now 3-2. Sun and Shine leads away from second. Basic can make this a 1-0 lead here for Post State here in the top of the first. Here's the 3-2 pitch. That'll be outside for ball 4, and it's first and second here with 1 out. And it brings up the first baseman, Charlie Simpson. Simpson so far is 1 for 4 and make that 1 for 7 overall. Got a base hit in the 7th inning. Part of the 3 hits that came in that 7th inning at South Central. They're down by 7, but they were able to, but also did not score in that inning. First pitch will miss low for ball 1. Here to Charlie Simpson. It is a Saturday morning here in Minot. Saturdays are for mowing the yards. And we've got the mower going, I believe, somewhere across the street on the third base side. There's the 1-0 pitch. The count's now 1-1. Sound like a backyard baseball video game from way back in the day. I don't think there are any turf fields. All turf fields in backyard baseball. There's some concrete fields. Runners take off. That pitch will miss low and away. It bounced off the catcher, but both runners were already to second and third. And so it's another stolen base for Sun and Shine, and also 1 for Miles Doyle. And it's second and third here with 1 out, and Post State is threatening to try and get an early lead. Second and third with 1 out to 2-1 count here for Simpson to try and drive in the game's first run. The 2-1 pitch. There's a fly ball out towards the center field. Backing up is the center fielder. He'll make the catch on the run. Both runners will tag. Simpson will get the RBI sac fly. Everybody moves up 90 feet. 1-0 lead here for Post State with 2 outs at the top of the first inning. So the sac fly RBI with 2 outs now here in the top of the first for Charlie Simpson. And it brings up now Grayson Hunsley, the center fielder. Here's the first pitch. Hunsley will shoot this out towards center field. Coming in around the line is the left fielder, Amsler, to make the catch. And that retires the side here in the bottom of the top of the first. 1-0 lead for Post State with a run on no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the first. 1-0 lead for Glendive over Pierre. Make that Pierre over Glendive. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Score big on your next vehicle purchase with Lamb Motor Company in Oneida and Gettysburg, Lamb Chevrolet and Implement in Oneida, and Lamb Auto Sales in Pierre. Check out their large selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs at any one of their locations, or go online to lambmotor.com. That's LAMBMOTOR.com. Or give them a call today at 800-952-2222. Lamb Motor Company of Oneida and Gettysburg, Lamb Chevrolet and Implement in Oneida, and Lamb Auto Sales in Pierre.
Coulter Babcock is on the mound for Post States, as it is the bottom of the first, and the lineup will look like this for Glendive. Aiden Zodi Keiko will be the leadoff man. He's the catcher. Brock Clonce, the center fielder, batting second. Chase Crockett, the DH, batting third. Tegan Wall, the first baseman, will bat fourth. Carter Amsler, the left fielder, batting. And Carter Amsler, the left fielder, will bat fifth. Quinn Hofer, the third baseman, batting sixth. Jake Wade, the right fielder, batting seventh. Ethan Rivas, the shortstop, batting eighth. And Jaden So the second baseman will bat ninth as the first pitch is over for strike one from Coulter Babcock to get us underway here in the bottom of the first inning. Here is the ground ball to shortstop. The throw from Hunsley across to get Zodi Seiko, and leadoff man is retired here in the bottom of the first inning. First pitch is fouled away by Klontz. The count's 0-1. We'll get you numbers here for Coulter Babcock in just a second. Here's the 0-1 pitch that is upstairs, and the count's now 1-1. And for Coulter Babcock, as that pitch will be fouled out of play, and the count's now 1-2. Coulter Babcock, 3 1/3 innings pitched so far. He is giving up 5 hits in his one appearance, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts. ERA at 8.4, whip at 3. Batting average against at 312 as the pitch, 1-2 pitches upstairs, and the count's now 1-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That'll bounce in, and the count goes to full now at 3-2. Going to be the first base runner here in the first inning for Glendive. There's a ground ball to the right side. That's going to get through the hole on the right side for a base hit. That's the second baseman, Bridger Babcock, in the hole right there, and it's a base hit for Klontz, and it's a leadoff or one-out single. And here is Chase Crockett, the DH. And for Crockett coming into the weekend for this Glendive team, hitting .448, 4 doubles, 7 runs driven in. Nice batting average on the team. First pitch will miss low for ball 1. Pierre leads 1-0 here in the bottom of the first of game 1 of 2 today for the Eights. That one's at the knees for a strike, and the count's now 1-1. Babcock will come set from the stretch. Pickoff attempt and diving back in. Safely on the tag is the runner at first and Klontz. Here's the 1-1 from Coulter Babcock. This will be flown out of play on the right side. The count's now 1-2. Here is the 1-2 pitch to Chase Crockett. Instead, another check over and back in safely is going to be Klotz again. One, two. That one is going to be missing just low and away, and the count's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here to the number 3 hitter in Chase Crockett. The 2-2 pitch. It'll be upstairs, and Peterson somehow is able to jump up and able to pull that back down, and the count is full now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three-two pitch. Line shot, and that's a base hit into left field. Runner was off with the pitch, but he'll have to stop at second, and it's now first and second. With 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning, and it will bring up now the cleanup hitter in Tegan Wall. Braden Hulett is out in left, Sun and Shine in center, and Gunnar Edson in right. J.J. Buckles at third, Grayson Hunsley at short, Bridger Babcock at second, Charlie Simpson at first, Nolan Peterson behind the plate. And Coulter Babcock delivers the first pitch and gets a swing and a miss from the cleanup hitter in Tegan Wall. Wall hitting .341 so far, 5 doubles, 12 runs driven in. Glendive in their black uniforms with the white numbers and letters, white pants. Post State wearing the black jerseys with the green numbers and letters, with their gray pants. That was off the end of the bat and fouled away over to the first base dugout, and the count is now at 0-2. Babcock will come 7 the stretch, looking for a strikeout here. 0-2 is fouled out of play. And the count will remain here at no balls and 2 strikes. Looking for a ground ball to get out of this first inning. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That'll bounce in, and the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Babcock did have 5 strikeouts in his 3 1/3 inning of the 10 guys that he retired. Here's the 1-2. That's upstairs, and the count is now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here in the bottom of the first, 1-0 lead for Pierre over Glendive. The 2-2. That one again spoiled. It remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch. That is upstairs, and the count's now 3-2. Here to the number 4 hitter, and Tegan Wall. Let's see if the runners will be off again. 3-2, but just 1 out. 3-2 pitch. Swinging a fly ball out towards left center field. That's going to get out in the gap, and that's going to tie the ball game. If not, give Glendive the lead. 1 run will come in to score. They're going to round the second runner as it rolls all the way up to the wall. Wall is on his way to third. He will slide in safely. It is a 2-run triple for Tegan Wall, and just like that, Glendive is on top 2-1 here in the bottom of the first with 1 out. So here's Carter Amsler that can add on to this 2-1 lead. The lefty will dig in with 1 out and 1 on. First pitch will miss upstairs for ball one. The 1-0. Fly ball to left field. That one's going to get down for another base hit. Going to get past Edson. It will roll all the way out to the wall again. Runner will round second. He's on his way to third. It's going to be back-to-back triples for Glendive. And they lead 3-1 here in the bottom of the first inning. Fourth straight hits for Glendive. And it brings up Quinn Hofer, the third baseman. Hofer so far. First pitch over for a strike. He is 276. They had just 4 triples coming into this weekend. And each of these two guys have picked up their first triples. As that one will bounce in. The count's now 1-1. 3-1 lead here for Glendive on 4 straight hits. The 1-1. That one's over for a strike. The count's now 1-2. Babcock trying to put an end to the streak of 4 hits in a row. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one's out towards right field. That's going to get down for another base hit, a blue single. And it's a 4-1 lead. And it's another RBI. 5 consecutive hits here for Glendive, driving in 4 runs. And it brings up Jake Wade, the right fielder. He is the 7th man to come to the plate after a leadoff ground out. And 2 singles, 2 triples, and then another single. Balk will be called against Coulter Babcock. They'll move the runner up to second. And look down, look back up, but runner will be on at second here with 1 away. Didn't see exactly what Babcock did for the balk. First pitch is over for strike 1. Another runner in scoring position here with 1 away. Here in the bottom of the first, and already 4 runs have scored. That'll bounce in, but it's going to get to the backstop. A wild pitch will move the runner up to third. The count is even at a ball and a strike. Babcock will go from the windup now with that runner on at third base. 1-1 pitch is upstairs, and the count's now 2-1. Braden Hulett, Gunnar Edson, and Bridger Babcock are the 3 pitchers unavailable for the day today. That one's a slow roller up the first base line. Charlie Simpson will step on the bag, and the runner stayed put at third. So there is now 2 down here in the inning. And it brings up Ethan Rivas. For Rivas, he is a 111 batting average so far, and was just 2 for 18 coming into the weekend. First pitch, he'll check his swing, and it's low for ball 1. Runner on at third here with 2 away in the bottom of the first. Ground ball on the right side. Charlie Simpson can't make the sliding stop. That'll be an infield single. Nobody's covering the bag at second, but didn't get far enough away from second. It'll be a infield hit and another RBI, and 5-1 lead now for Glendive here in the first inning. And that'll bring up Jaden Silla, the number 9 man in the order. Here's the first pitch instead of a check over at first, and they're back in safely is Rivas at first base. First pitch will be at the top of the zone for a strike. And the count's 0-1 here to Sillip. Sillip's in 273 coming into the weekend for the Blue Devils. Here's the 0-1. That'll be on the outside corner for a strike, and the count's now 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch, looking to put an end to this first inning. That was a chopper foul, and the count is still at 0-2. Post State in that first inning had a run on no hits without an error and one man left on base. It hit by a pitch and a walk that they were able to get a sacrifice fly RBI from Simpson. Made it 1-0, but here in this inning, 6 hits and 5 runs for the Blue Devils. Runner takes off, reaching for it and poking up towards the shortstop, and Grayson Hunsley, who came in at first, but will go back to make the catch, and that will retire the side. Here in the first inning, 5 runs on 6 hits. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. Glendive leads Pierre 5-0 after 1. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. Now is the time to order your new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, plus a good selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and auto body shop with trained technicians, along with a friendly financing team that'll work with you to find the best deal and one that'll fit your budget. Wagner Auto is your local full-service family-owned dealership for over 115 years. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com. AG. No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 30 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agriculture. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. That number again is 223-2518. Todd's Electric Service, serving the Pierre-Fort Pierre area. Todd's Electric Service, the line to power.
People helping people. Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
It is the top of the second. Post State is down 5-1 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffleby and scoreboard. It'll be 6, 7, and 8. Bridger Babcock, J.J. Buckles, and Brayden Houlette, the first 3 hitters. As the Eights gave up those 5 runs on 6 hits in that first inning. So Bridger Babcock will have a chance to swing the bat here in the top of the second. He came in and had just 1 at-bat in the 7th in game number 1, went 0 for 1. And went 1 for 3 in game number 1 of the tournament. First pitch will miss low for ball 1. Open up the top of the second. Yesterday for Bridger Babcock, went 5 innings, giving up 9 hits. I'll make that 5 1/3 innings, giving up 12 hits. 10 runs, 7 of them earned, no walks, and a strikeout. As they get a new baseball and get everything lined up. A 1-0 pitch upcoming here from Cross to Babcock. Swing and a miss, and the count's now 1-1. And a hit by pitch and a walk to Sunshine and Doyle. They both, Sunshine had stole second. They both then end up stealing third and second. And a sacrifice fly from Simpson got the game's first run for Pierce. That one will miss low and away, and the count's now 2-1. This is the first of 5 games here at Corbett Field. Today is the one game will be played on Sunday, the championship game. The 2-1 pitch. That'll be outside, and the count's now 3-1. Glendive will play the 4th of 5th game today. They'll play against South Central at 4:45. Pierre will play the 2:30 game against Minot later on today. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That'll be at the knees and a strike, and the count's now 3-2. Now, both these teams, the loser of this game there will be no shot for them to make the championship on Sunday. Right now, if they both go 2-0, they will need some help, but can still potentially maybe get into the championship round. It all depend on how things go. Pierre's in a little bit better of a spot, I think, than maybe Glendive. Well, I don't think either one are in a really good spot being 0-2. But Minot and Mandan both being 2-0. Well, I think there won't be any way for Glendive to make the championship. There's a swing and a miss and a strikeout. And Bridger Babcock will strike out swinging, and there's one down here in the top of the second, and it brings up J.J. Buckles. Because South Central, there's still a possibility. It will take quite a bit of different ways for that to happen, but for Pierre, they pretty much all 5 games have to go a certain way for them to make the championship tomorrow. And of course that would mean 2 games, but the loser of this game will know for sure that they would not make it. As there's a swing and a miss by Buckles, and the count's 0-2. Minot and Mandan, obviously, if they can take care of business in games 2 and 3, they will be into the championship round. 0-2 pitch will miss low, and the count's now 1-2. As they will play then at 7 o'clock tonight. But if they're both at 3-0, then they know they're both going to be playing again tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. One-two pitch to Buckles. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout here for Cross, and there's now 2 down. And 4 straight retired after a hit by pitch and a walk. And now to bring up Braden Hulett, the left fielder. Hulett went 1 for 3 and 0 for 1. 1 for 4 overall so far in this tournament. First pitch miss low away for ball 1. An RBI single, which at that point gave Post State a 2-0 lead against South Central. 1-0 pitch is upstairs, and the count's now 2-0 here to Hulett. Number 8 man in the order, Gunnar Edson. The 9 man is on deck. Here is the 2-0 pitch. That'll bounce in, and the count's now 3-0 here to Hulett, trying to get to that number 9 man Edson here in the order. The 3-0 pitch. That'll miss low for ball 4. And the 2-out base runner here for Post State will bring up Gunnar Edson. So here with 2 outs and a runner on first, a 4-pitch walk to Braden Hulett. Gives the 8's a 2-out base runner. First pitch to Edson will miss low for ball 1. For Gunnar Edson yesterday, went a total of 1 for 5, went 1 for 3 in the second game in that 10-3 loss. Here's the 1-0. That'll miss low and away, and the count's now 2-0 here to Edson. Top of the order is due up next. Nolan Peterson waiting on deck. The 2-0 pitch. Instead, check over and back in without a tag is who led over at first base. Didn't give you the game time temperature, but a cooler day here in Minot. 64 degrees here at the second inning. Counts 3-0 now to Edson. Looking for a high of 77. By the time the Post State will play their second game, will be closing in on the mid-70s. Very, very light winds. Rain that came through yesterday. Runner takes off at 3-0. That'll be upstairs for ball 4, and it's another 4-pitch walk, and it's now first and second here for Nolan Peterson. And so Nolan Peterson, who popped out of the shortstop in his first at bat, will have a chance to hit with a runner in scoring position here with 2 outs. Trying to climb back in this ball game as Post State down by 4. Here's the first pitch to Nolan Peterson. High and inside for ball 1. The Eights are a team trying to swing the bat just a little bit better with runners in scoring position. Their batting average as a team is right around the 230 mark coming into today. At 239. As that one will bounce away, but it's not far enough for Hulette to take off for third, and don't want to make that third out at third base. But with the runners in scoring position, Post State hitting at just 213. And since that 320 win, they're hitting 242 with the runners in scoring position. But over the last couple games, it feels like guys have been in scoring position and just can't find a way to get base hits. That one will be over the top of the head of Nolan Peterson. The count's now 3-0. And Cross now in danger of walking the bases loaded here with 2 outs. The 3-0 pitch will be on the inside edge for a strike, and the count's 3-1. Still good hitter's count here for Peterson to try and get Post State back within 1. Or get back within a couple. 3-1 pitch. That will be popped foul on the left side. Will it stay in play? Over at the fence and just getting out of play. And the count will go full now with runners at first and second with 2 outs. And both runners will get head starts. So could cut the lead in half with a somewhere in the gap. Doesn't even have to roll all the way out the wall. 3-2 pitch. Runners take off. Swinging a ground ball on the right side. This will be gobbled up, but unable to gobble up cleanly as the second baseman who slid over for it in Silla, and the run will come in to score. Hulette didn't not even hesitate rounding third and does come in to score to make it a 5-2 game. That'll be an infield single and an RBI for Peterson. And Sunshine will have a chance to extend this inning. So back-to-back walks get Glendive in trouble, and Peterson with a hard hit ball that was a tough play for the second baseman to try and make. And now it's Sunshine. First pitch will be upstairs and inside for ball 1. And that's the thing, too, is if it's not a 3-2 count, the second baseman Silla doesn't really have to try and make the play to go to first, but because of the 3-2 and the runners take off, his only play is at first, with those momentum carrying him towards the second base bag. As it counts 2-0 now here to Sunshine. He slid trying to make that play to keep it in front to give him a chance to make the play at first. This will be popped up on the left side, backing up to third baseman, who will eventually make the catch. Hofer, who backed up all the way up in the outfield, and does make the catch to retire the side here in the second. 1 run does score on 1 hit in the inning. There are no errors and 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the second, a 5-2 lead for Glendive over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Comtech, your local technology solutions provider, is now located on the truck bypass. With great brands like Bose, Sonos, LG, Samsung, Lenovo, and so much more. Stop in to see their new showroom for everything in stock for your personal or business needs. Comtech provides professional installation and service after the sale. Comtech is your local technology store, located now on the truck bypass, or visit us on the web at comtechplus.com.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
So bottom of the second, Post State is down at 5-2 in the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. And it will be back at the top of the order. Aiden Zoki Seiko will be the leadoff man. Brock Clonson and Chase Crockett, the first three hitters. After they went all 9 in that first inning, scoring 5 runs and 6 hits. And they will get back to the top of the order, a team that coming in at 5-10 against the in the mostly Montana teams. As the first pitch to Zodi Psycho will come in, and that one will miss upstairs for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch, that'll bounce in as well, and the count's now 2-0. He started the inning off grounding out to the shortstop Hunsley. He made 2 plays in that first inning. And after that, 5 consecutive hits in a row, which included 2 doubles back-to-back at one point. Here's a line shot, and that's a base hit to kick us off here in the bottom of the second. So already 7 hits for the Blue Devils as Klotz will come to the plate. We'll have a courtesy runner here for the catcher, as that will be McPherson that will come in and run for the catcher in Zodi Seiko. So Klotz now will come to the plate. He singled and got that rally going in that first inning. Here's the first pitch. That one is fouled at the plate, and the count's now 0-1. Our first train of the morning. We'll be coming through here at Corbett Field. Dig back in is the lefty and Klotz. Coming set, and Coulter Babcock delivers the 0-1 pitch. Comes upstairs, and the count's now 1-1. Post State yesterday gave up just 1 walk in the second game. Ended up, though, with 11 walks in that first game as the pickoff moving back in, sliding in without a tag. Is McPherson, who's running over at first base. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Runner takes off, ground ball that is fouled on the first base line. And the count goes to now 1-2. And we'll see if, we were a little bit behind schedule yesterday going into that first game and ended up obviously playing with a doubleheader, so it didn't truly matter for us, for KCCR standpoint, of if that second game got started on time, because we stayed with coverage. We'll have the break today. We'll have the 12:15 game that will start before we have our 2:30 game against Minot. We'll see how things shake out and if we will be on time or maybe a little bit behind schedule. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Here's a line shot, 1 hopper to Bridger Babcock. The throw will only be to first, and he will make the play. And there's one down here in the bottom of the second. Runner does advance to second. And it will be now Chase Crockett that will come to the plate. say the way usually don't talk a lot of, if the game's moving quick or slow, whatever it does. But right now we're 44 minutes in. We're not even through. We were just one out in here in the bottom of the second. So it could be a little bit tough to try and maybe get the second game started on time. Here's the first pitch. A miss blown away for ball one. Here to Chase Crockett, who also singled. He came in to score on the 2 RBI triple from Tegan Wall that got Glendive on top in the bottom of the first inning. 1-0 pitch is over for a strike. The count is even at a ball and a strike. Runner on at second. One out here in the bottom of the second. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball that is found on the third base line, and the count goes to now 1-2. This Blue Devil team, a 4-hour drive from Glendive here, and obviously it's one from Pierre to Rapid City type drive where coming here to Minot, they lose that hour, but they will happily take that hour back when they drive back home, as this will be flown out towards right center field. Sun and Shine will call for it. He'll make the catch. Runner will bluff the tag. And there's now 2 down here in the bottom of the second with a runner on at second. And Tegan Wall, who had the 2 RBI triple. Get that outdoors left center field back in the first inning. 3:16 down the lines here at left and right. It is 3:56 in the power alleys left and right center, and 4:10 in straightaway center here at Corbett Field. First pitch, instead of check back at second, and sliding back in safely is McPherson at second base, who is running for the catcher and Zodi Seiko. Got the train stopped out in center field. Now starting to get back going again. First pitch is upstairs for ball one. We've had the trains. We've had the mower this morning. At some point, we won't hear it, but the monkeys will be going crazy at the zoo across the street. That one's over for a strike. The count's now 1-1. Can't hear it in the grandstand. Mentioned that yesterday. Can't hear in the grandstand, but when you're out in the field and the dugouts, you can start to hear them. What I would assume would be getting very excited for feeding time. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and the count's now 1-2. But overall, so far, the game prior to Pierre playing yesterday, did not hear them, and have not, and will not hear them during broadcasts. 1-2 pitch. This will be popped up on the infield. Bridger Babcock on second base. He'll make the catch and retire the side. Here in the bottom of the second, no runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We head to the top of the third, 5-2 lead for Glendive over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Nystrom Electrical Contracting in Pierre has been providing professional sales, service, and installation since 1977. Whether you're starting from scratch, new construction, or you're upgrading your current system at your home, farm, or office, give the professionals at Nystrom Electrical Contracting a call. They've got a lot of bright ideas. Call Nystrom's today to schedule a free computer-generated estimate. The number is 224-8750, or visit their website at nystromelectric.com.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
It is the top of the third, and Post State is down 5-2 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. Just 3, 4, and 5 here for the 8s. Miles Doyle, Charlie Simpson, Grayson Hunsley. Anybody reaches base, Bridger Babcock will come to the plate. After today, and most likely will be after today, there's still that chance. Post State won. If the score holds up the way it is right now, this will be the final 2 games of the weekend for Post State. As Miles Doyle will swing and miss the first pitch for strike 1. But we get games on Tuesday, Wednesday next week before then having the break until the following Tuesday when they take on Sioux Falls East. But they'll be in Watertown on Tuesday, at home then against Spearfish on Wednesday. We'll have coverage of all 4 of those games starting at 4:45 on Tuesday and Wednesday. The doubleheader against Watertown and then the doubleheader against Spearfish. Those are 4 big games for Post State. Obviously, any South Dakota games are going to be important, as there's a swing and a miss by Doyle, and the count's now 1-2. But the big thing of why those 4 games are important is a win against Watertown might give you a 50-point seed point win at the end of the season. As the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and a strikeout. And Ethan Cross, who had 2 strikeouts to open up that last inning, still ended up giving up an RBI base hit. But he has now got 5, made that 3 strikeouts in the ball game, and there's one down here in the top of the third. And brings up Charlie Simpson at the sac fly RBI in the first inning. But Watertown is going to be one of those top-end teams at the end of the season with a really good record that can help you with a lot of seed points getting a win. And then on the flip side of it, Spearfish, who has been off to a slower start, but they're still right around the 500, a little less than 500. But you got to win those games, those teams that are below the 500 mark. You got to find ways to get wins against them. As Simpson will get a base hit out in the left field on the outside part of the plate, but still pulled it into left for a base hit. Eights with their second base hit, and it brings up Grayson Hunsley. Hunsley is 0 for 1 with a fly out to the left fielder and ended that first inning. So those 4 important games for Post State of trying to knock off one of the top teams and then beat those teams towards the bottom of the standings. They can get 3 wins out of those 4 days. Those 4 games. That'll be a huge 2 days for Post State. But we'll be in Watertown on Tuesday and home on Wednesday, and have the weekend off before playing again at home on Tuesday against Sioux Falls East. That'll miss load. The count's now 2-0 on the 4th of July break, but we'll play then on that Sunday still against Box Elder, as they are playing the Senior Legion games and into the Senior Legion standings. 2-0 pitch. There's a ground ball by Hunsley left side, fielded by the shortstop. Bobbled, though. The throw to first will not be in time, and even with the bobble, I'm not sure he was going to be caught anyway, is Hunsley, and it's now first and second, and it will be an infield single for Hunsley, and it brings up Bridger Babcock. Babcock's 0 for 1, struck out swinging back in the top of the second, leading off the top of the second. The Eights are trying to mount a now 3-run comeback. They scored that 1 run in the top of the second. First pitch will miss low away for ball 1. I mentioned that train was starting to get moving again. It's still sitting out there in center field. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's on the outside corner and taken for a strike, and the count's now 1-1. Runners at first and second. Back-to-back base hits here with 1 out in the top of the third. 1-1 pitch. That will bounce and get to the backstop, and both runners will move up 90 feet, and now those 2 runners are in scoring position here for the Eights. Let's see if we can get a base hit that can drive in these 2 runs. 2-1 pitch. Upstairs, and the count's now 3-1. J.J. Buckles is on deck. Base hit can make this a one-run ball game. Good hitters count here for Bridger Babcock to do that. 3-1 pitch. A miss low for ball 4. The bases are now loaded, and it will bring up J.J. Buckles with the bases juiced. And 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. And so the tying run has reached base. We'll see if Buckles can maybe drive somewhere in the gap. Here's the first pitch. That'll miss low for ball 1. I think they're going to get maybe some activity starting to go in the left field bullpen for the Blue Devils. Here is the 1-0. That one is fouled to the third base side. The dugouts here, and you don't even see them on the screens here at Minot, but they are not necessarily right behind home plate, but they are just off to the side of home plate. They're not up the first base and third base lines like you traditionally see. They're in the corner of the field. 1-1 pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. The count's now 1-2. They have the railing straight in front and an opening on the side, and obviously anything that is touching the concrete over there would be considered out of play. 1-2 pitch. Bouncing in. It did not, it went up the third base line and not quite read by the runner at third in Simpson, and that's a tough one to read. If it's going to the first base line, maybe it feels a little bit better, but the way that ball going the third base side, it's hard to gauge how far away it is. If it gets to the backstop, it's a no-brainer, but especially once you hesitate, the last thing you want to do is hesitate and not score and get through, or hesitate and get thrown out. So wiser to stay at third base. The 2-2. Buckles will ground that one foul. And the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bases are loaded here with 1 out in the top of the 3rd. Post State down by 3. The 2-2 is outside. And a back pick to first, but sliding back in is Bridger Babcock without a tag, and the count is now full. And Buckles got a chance to drive and run either with a base hit or a walk. Here is the 3-2. Swing and a miss, and a big strikeout for Cross, and it's now 2 down. Second strikeout of the inning, 4th strikeout of the ball game, and it's now Braden Houlette who drew a walk first time that he came to the plate. Bases are loaded with 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. The big spot in this ball game. Bases loaded here with 1 out. Post State has not scored a run. Now 2 outs. Well, we've seen from the 8s having the bases loaded with less than 2 outs have not been very good. And don't have the entire metric stat, but they're not scoring runs like you would like to see with the bases loaded and less than 2 outs. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's outside. The count's now 2-1. A couple different times where the bases loaded against Fort Calhoun and scored just 2 runs and left 6 guys on base. The bases loaded, scored just 1 run yesterday. In the second game. As that one will miss, and the count's now 3-1. Here's a chance for the A's to get that first run. On deck is Gunnar Edson. Hitters count here for Braden Houlette. A 3-1 pitch. That'll miss for ball 4, and it will drive in the run. Make it 5-3, and Gunnar Edson will now come to the plate. 2 hits, 2 walks, and an RBI for Houlette. And now is Gunnar Edson. So 5-3 scored. Base hit would tie the ball game up here for Edson. The Eights have been able to score a run in each of the first 3 innings. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Inactivity out in the left field bullpen for the Blue Devils. They're trying to get Cross through these 3 innings. Here's the 1-0. That's right down the middle for a strike. The count's now even at a ball and a strike. Did not see what number it was that went down there, and the way the bullpen's kind of set up here, it might not really difficult to see any numbers. And that one's over for a strike at the top of the zone. The count's now 1-2. So now here is the 1-2 pitch. That will miss inside. The count is now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bases loaded walk to Braden Houlette, made it a 5-3 ball game. Now base hit could tie the ball game up for Edson. The 2-2 inside, and the count's now full at 3-2. And again, everybody will get a head start, and somewhere down the line between left and right center, maybe a chance to try and drive in all 3 runs. The 3-2 pitch with 2 outs. Taken for strike 3 as Edson couldn't pull the trigger. And that will retire the side. 3 strikeouts the inning for Cross. 1 run scores on 2 hits. There were no errors and 3 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the 3rd, 5-3 lead for Glendive over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back. The sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
So the Eights get a run back in the 3rd inning. It's now a 5-3 ball game. As we head to the bottom of the 3rd, you are listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station. It is 5, 6, and 7. Carter Amsler, Quinn Hofer, and Jake Wade, the first 3 hitters here for the Glendive Blue Devils. Coming up today, later on today, we've got Pierre Minot, which is scheduled for a 2:30 first pitch. As the first pitch is missing it high and inside for ball 1. Then we'll have coverage of the Men's College World Series final, as that one's over for a strike. The count's 1-1 here to Carter Amsler, who tripled home a run back in the 1st inning. Tennessee and Texas A&M. It'll be first pitch around 6:30. The count's 1-2 here to Amsler. So a triple header of baseball with a little bit of time between in each of those 3 games. 1-2 pitch will bounce in. The count is now at 2-2. And then Sunday, we'll also have game 2 of the College World Series final. This will be a catcher's interference. Nolan Peterson will be hit with the bat on the swing from Amsler, knocked his glove off, and the leadoff man will be on base here in the bottom of the third inning. I believe that goes down as an error. Make sure if that's a what that actually goes down to. The catcher is charged an error. That one will be a wild pitch that will get to the backstop or off to the left, and it's a runner that moves up to second, and Amsler. It's not an official at bat for the batter, and so it doesn't go down as he's 0 for, would be at this point 1 for 2. He's still 1 for 1, but it is an error that's charged to the catcher. Counts now 2-0. One of those rules that doesn't happen very often, but then you're trying to figure out exactly how to score it, and you don't want to just put CI and not have anything else along top of it. The 2-0 pitch, that'll be fouled. The count's now 2-1. Just like, right now where the first base umpire is located, he is on the second base side. He is in front of and most of the time their umpires are always in front of the fielders. As that one's upstairs, the count's now 3-1. If there's a line shot that would hit or one hopper that would hit off of an umpire, it's a dead ball and the runner's safe at first. It's a base hit, regardless if the play could have been made or not. 3-1 pitch. There's a swing and a miss, and the count's now 3-2. Obviously, the umpires are going to try and get out of the way as much as they can, but sometimes it's impossible to do. Or if you make the wrong first move, trying to get away, and the ball is either hooking or tailing at you. 3-2 pitch will miss low for ball 4, and it's first and second now with nobody out. And it brings up Jake Wade, who is 0 for 1 with the ground down to the first baseman. But then if the umpire is behind the play, where the first base umpire right now, he is going to that first base side. So if he would, obviously he'll stay in foul territory. But if he's in fair territory and the ball had bounced and hit him, then the play is still live and you have to play it off the bounce. Wade showing bunt, pulls it back, and the pitch missed low for ball 1. Well, just those odd rules that you can find to try and add on to the knowledge of baseball, which is almost impossible to know everything. This one bunted down the third base line, perfect place bunt. The throw to first will be wide. It will get away, and one run will come in to score, and they're going to send 2 runs in to score. The throw will come home, but it will be cut off by Simpson, and it's a 7-3 lead. So a error will be charged to Coulter Babcock on the throw. And 2 runs score to make it a 7-3 lead now for Glendive here in the bottom of the third inning. And Ethan Rivas now will come to the plate. The shortstop in an RBI single back in the first inning. First pitch, they're going to bunt it down the third base line again, and that will roll foul. It counts 0-1. What's really hard to defend is that bunt down the third base line with at least a runner on at second. Because usually your third baseman is staying put. Your shortstop is trying, well, right now would be holding on the runner. Your third baseman staying put, your shortstop will be over there, your first baseman charging, and your pitcher will have to cover the right side of the infield. Now there's another bunt. The throw to first will not be in time. It'll be a base hit for Rivas, and it's now first and third and a bunt single. So now here's Jaden Sillum. Got a chance to extend the 4-run lead. So the 2 runs that Post State had gotten in that second and third inning now been canceled out, and there's still nobody out here in the bottom of the third. That was the first hit of the inning. and 8th overall for Glendive. Post State technically with 2 errors here in the inning as well, with the catcher's interference. Now showing bunt again. Pulling it back for ball 1. Coulter Babcock will come set from the stretch. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Showing bunt again. Everybody, or I shouldn't say everybody, was coming in. The third baseman, J.J. Buckles, coming in. The first and second, or make that first and third. 2-0 count. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Already 2 runs have scored for the Blue Devils. Not bunting this time, taking it for a strike. The count's now 2-1. Four-run lead again here for the Blue Devils. Here's the 2-1 pitch. No miss low, and the count's now 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. Runner takes off. That's taken for a strike. The throw to second, and everybody just let it go through. Bridger Babcock was coming through to try and cut it off in case the runner was going to score. But he did not go, and Hunsley did not make the catch out at second. It was a strong throw from Nolan Peterson. So a run scores. It's a stolen base. And the count is now full with Jaden Sill at the plates. And it'll be ball 4 to make it first and second again with nobody out. So you get a stolen base, it really would have been potentially could have had him at second base as well. I mean, it's a mental error from the middle infield. But I don't know if it ends up being Nolan Peterson that gets charged for a throwing error or not. It's the third error of the inning by Post State regardless. The run came in to score on the throw. That will be flown out towards the left field. Braden Hulette will come in to make the catch from Aiden Azodi Seiko, and there's one down now here in the third. And it brings up now Brock Klontz. So 3 errors for Post State here in the bottom of the third. And there's 1 on and 1 out here in the inning. 3-run inning for Glendive. They lead it 8-3 over Post State. Showing bunt, that want to be behind and above the hitter and Klontz. One 1-0 pitch here from Coulter Babcock. That's upstairs, and the count's now 2-0. He is 1 for 2, singled in the first, ground out to the second baseman, Bridger Babcock in the second. It's a 4-batter inning in the second inning. Leadoff single that did not turn in anything for Glendive, but here it is a 3-0 count. 3 runs have already scored, a 5-run lead for the Blue Devils. The 3-0 pitch. That is upstairs for ball 4. 4-pitch walk, loads the bases. Here for the number 3 hitter in Chase Crockett. Crockett singled. Flew out of the center fielder. He's 1 for 2. Coulter Babcock will be throwing pitch number 80 of the day. Here on this first pitch to Chase Crockett. Swinging a foul back, and the count's 0-1. The bases are loaded here with 1 out in the bottom of the third. 8-3, the Blue Devils lead over Pierre. The 0-1 pitch. There's a line shot into left field. Hulett coming over, sliding to make the catch. Runner will tag at third and come in to score. But a good play from Hulett out in left field to make the grab. And I think Coulter Babcock wants to check to see if he left early. But he'll have to step on the rubber, step off. And they will say that he tagged up in time, and it's now a 9-3 lead. On the sac fly RBI from Chase Crockett. Now the ninth man to come to the plate. Tegan Wall will dig in. So runners at first and second with 2 outs. Here's the first pitch to Wall. That's upstairs for ball 1. Does have one of the 2 triples hit for Glendive. Drove in 2 runs in that first inning. The 1-0 pitch, that is on the outside corner for a strike, and the count's now 1-1. So 83 pitches. This will be pitch number 84 here for Coulter Babcock. 1-1. That one's ripped down the left field line. That is going to be fair, and that's going to drive in at least 1 run. They will round the runner at third. They'll hold him up. And it's an RBI double for Wall. He is 2 for 3 with 3 runs driven in. And a 10-3 lead now. And still threatening here in the third inning. And we'll go back to the Carter Amsler, the number 5 hitter who led off the inning with catcher's interference. So 10 guys will hit. At least 10 guys will hit here in the bottom of the third. 10-3 lead again here for Glendive. First pitch will miss low and away, or high and away for ball 1. Wall also tripled, driving in a run back in the first inning. He is still technically 1 for 1. And I mentioned the first part of the inning that catcher's interference does not go down as a recorded out or an error, fielder's choice, where he'd be 0 for 1 in that at bat, as the count's now 3-0. See where the 8s will turn to next. Still with 1 more game to play. We'll have to go to potentially somebody here. There's a swing and a miss in the 3-0 count. The count's now 3-1. With pitch number 89 upcoming, that'd be pretty efficient in that 4th inning as well. That'll be ball 4. The bases are now loaded. Once again here for Glendive. And it brings up Quinn Hofer, who walked. He is 1 for 1 RBI single in the first inning. Walked and came in to score here in the third. First pitch, that one is fouled back, and the count is 0-1. And pitch number 90 from Coulter Babcock. In the run rules, 10 after 5 and 15 after 4. So they would have to score quite a few more runs here to try and get that point for Glendive, but still just 3 runs away from getting a 10-run lead, and that one nearly hitting him. And the count's now a 1-1 count. Here's the 1-1 to Amsler. That one's upstairs, and the count's now 2-1. Make that Hofer. Amsler's on it first. Wade then would follow. If they get to him with another run, at least another run scoring, this will hit the bat. No, he'll hit him. Thought maybe it hit the bat for a second, but it ends up hitting him, and run will score. And it's now 11-3. And here is Jake Wade. And Coach Iverson will come out and have a conversation. Looks like maybe we're going to have a pitching change. And we'll get a new man on the mound for Post State. And Charlie Simpson, I believe, is going to be the guy that will come and pitch here for Post State. We will step aside for a minute and tell you the changes after this. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
So Charlie Simpson will take over on the mound for Post State as they are down 11-3 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the third inning. And looks like maybe the Babcocks will be on the right side of the infield. We'll see which of the two will be at first base, if it will be just a straight switch between Bridger and Coulter, or how they will handle, or Bridger and Charlie, make that Coulter and Charlie. As for Miles Doyle, his first game is done. He's been the DH in all these games, but as soon as the first pitcher is removed, he has not come in and played the field. He has only just hit, so he is done for the game, and Coulter Babcock will be hitting third in the lineup and also third in the top of the fourth inning. So Coulter will move over to first base, and Bridger will stay at second. So the two Babcocks are on the right side of the infield. It is 2 2/3 innings for Coulter Babcock, 9 hits, 4 walks, no strikeouts. Right now, he's given up 11 runs. He's still responsible for the other 3, but only 5 of the 11 runs have been earned against Coulter Babcock. As the first pitch is over for strike 1 from Charlie Simpson to Jake Wade. Will hit with the bases loaded, and a base hit could give them a 10-run lead. So to get through the 4th and 5th innings, as he counts 0-2 now. And for Charlie Simpson, this will be his 3rd appearance with 2 innings so far in his first 2 appearances, 1 hit and 1 run. This will be chopped at the plate, and they're going to say it's a foul ball. And it remains at 0-2. And for Simpson, 1 hit and 1 run, 3 walks and 2 strikeouts. So the ERA is at 3.5 and the whip at 2. Batting average against at 143. Oh, 2 pitch. That is upstairs, and the count's now 1-2. On the other side, Ethan Cross has thrown 78 pitches through 3 innings, so we'll see if he'll come out for the 4th or not. The 1-2 pitch. Ground ball on the right side. Bridger Babcock will field. His throw to first is not going to be in time. And a run will come in to score to make it a 12-3 lead. An infield single for Jake Wade. And Ethan Rivas will now come to the plate as the inning will continue. So bases remain loaded. Here is Rivas. First pitch, a curveball that drops in for strike 1. So all these runs will be unearned against Coulter Babcock if they would come in to score. So only 5 runs earned against him, regardless if the other 2 come in or not. Bases are still loaded here. With 2 outs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That'll miss low, and the count's now 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. That's on the outside corner for a strike, and the count's now 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. There's a ground ball that's going to be up the middle, fielded by Hunsley. He will step on the bag and put an end to the bottom of the third. So in the inning, there'll be 7 runs that score and 3 hits, 3 errors, and 3 men left on base. We head to the top of the 4th inning. 12-3 lead for the Blue Devils over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. Now is the time to order your new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, plus a good selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and auto body shop with trained technicians, along with a friendly financing team that'll work with you to find the best deal and one that'll fit your budget. Wagner Auto is your local full-service family-owned dealership for over 115 years. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
Top of the 4th, and Ethan Cross will remain on the mound for Glendive, as it'll be the top of the order for Post State. Nolan Peterson, Sutton Sunshine, and Coulter Babcock. He might reach his base. Charlie Simpson will come to the plate. First pitch will miss low for ball 1, and for Cross, he is getting closer to that 80 pitch count mark. And trying to get through those 4 innings. And right now, if that would be the case, well, they still got to play to the 5th inning, unless it would be a 6-run bottom of the 4th if there is no runs that score for Pierre in this half of the inning. So there's still that possibility of only playing 4 innings. As it counts 2-0 here to Nolan Peterson. That'll come inside, and the count's now 3-0. But Ethan Cross trying to get through this 4th inning first. 3-0 pitch. 4-pitch walk to Peterson. The leadoff man is on base to kick off the top of the 4th inning. Here for the 8s. And it brings up Sutton Sunshine. Sunshine is 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch in the first and popped down to the third baseman to end the second. First pitch will hit him. Second time that he's been hit, and it's for runners at first and second here with nobody out in the top of the 4th. And the 8s are down by 9. And they're going to have something happen. Had to get something to start now as Coulter Babcock will step to the plates. So Miles Doyle goes 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. He'll probably be the DH to start, and potentially maybe be the DH to start that 4th and final game for Post State. First pitch will miss low for ball 1. And if they do come back in this game, they would still be alive, but needing a lot of help and needing everything to finish right. The 1-0 pitch, that'll miss low, and the count's now 2-0. I think that's going to be the end of the line here for Ethan Cross. They will go to the bullpen, so we will step aside for a minute. We will come back and tell you the changes here as the Blue Devils make a change on the call of the bullpen. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Yag Air Incorporated is your locally owned ag chemical and seed retailer. Yag Air Incorporated offers reliable ground and aerial application. For the latest seed and chemical pricing, contact Kyle at 605-280-8710 or Tony at 605-280-4771. Yag Air for all your ag chemical and seed needs. Kyle 605-280-8710 or Tony 605-280-4771.
Sometimes you get a piece of it and the ball sails over the fence. Other times, despite your best efforts, you strike out. I'm not just talking about the game, I mean your day. This is Pastor Sam of Faith Lutheran Church. Whether today feels like a home run or a strikeout, I encourage you to join us for worship. We celebrate when God gives us a wonderful day. We provide support and encouragement when that third strike comes. Come join us for encouraging and uplifting worship at Faith Lutheran Church.
So Shan McPherson will be on now to throw for Glendive as he will replace Ethan Cross, who went 3+ innings. Responsible for those runners on right now at first and second. They gave up just 3 hits. It would be right now 3 runs if they don't score. But overall end up with 5 strikeouts in the ball game and a couple of extra walks. 5 walks, 6 walks in total for Ethan Cross. So Shan McPherson will take over here with nobody out in the top of the third. And again, this is game 1 of the day today. And you will have that up there for you on the YouTube screen. And it will be Mandan and South Central that will play the second game at 12:15, or after we're done here. 2:30 would be Minot and Pierre. Would be on the air about 2:15, depending on when this game gets over. We'll have maybe more of an idea of if it will be 2:15 or not. Glendive and South Central will play at 4:45, and then at 7 o'clock, Minot and Mandan will play the final game of pool play, and then the championship is at 10 a.m. on Sunday. But Mandan and Minot both won the first 2 games. Obviously, Mandan beat Pierre that you heard here yesterday, 12-1. It was South Central beating Pierre 10-3, and Minot winning 9-0 over South Central. So Minot and Mandan are both 2-0. South Central at 1-1, and Pierre and Glendive both at 0-2. And the winner of this game has that slim hope of making the championship still alive. The loser will be eliminated. And with that second game between Mandan and South Central, or even by the time that the third game would conclude, there's that potential of the championship already being set. First pitch to Coulter Babcock will come inside for ball 3, and both runners will move up 90 feet. It was a 2-0 count to start for McPherson, but he threw it inside of Babcock, and a wild pitch makes it second and third here with nobody out in the top of the 4th. So a 3-0 count here with nobody out. Runners at second and third. Babcock probably taking all the way. 3-0 pitch will miss for ball 4, and the bases are now loaded. And it will bring up the cleanup hitter, Charlie Simpson, who is the now pitcher for Post States. And Simpson, who singled back in the 3rd inning, he is 1 for 1, sacrifice fly RBI in the 1st. Now the bases are loaded with nobody out, and Post State got to find ways to get a crooked number up here. First pitch, that'll miss low for ball 1. For Shan McPherson, he is on the mound for the first time here this summer for the Blue Devils. 1-0 pitch. That'll miss low and away, and the count's now 2-0. So his first outing comes getting a little low leverage situation, a 9-run lead. Yes, it was first and second and already had a count on somebody, but still low leverage situation overall. Just need to get strikes, as that'll be missing as well. And the count's now 3-0 here to Charlie Simpson. On deck is Grayson Hunsley, and the Eights are trying to get that first run across here in the fourth and continue the trend of at least scoring a run in each of the 4 innings. But still would be down by 8. The 3-0 pitch. That'll miss for ball 4. And to open things up, 6 straight misses. And a walk brings in the run to make it a 12-4 lead now for Glendive. And the Eights get that first run. And now with the bases loaded still with nobody out and a run scoring, see if the Eights can add on to it. Sun and Shine is at third. Coulter Babcock at second. Simpson now at first. First pitch to Grayson Hunsley. Be upstairs for ball 1. Struggling to find the strike zone right now here is McPherson. It looks like they're going to get some more activity going out in the left field bullpen here shortly for the Blue Devils. The 1-0 pitch. That'll bounce in. That'll get to the backstop, and another run will come in to score on the wild pitch, and it's second and third here in a 12-5 ball game. And time will be called, and the catcher in Zodi Seiko will make his way out and talk to his pitcher in McPherson. So far, 3 walks and a hit by a pitch in the inning. 2 runs of the 3 have scored. Well, the 2 runs have scored, so it'll be 5 runs, all of them earned against Ethan Cross. So you can finish out his day, 3 innings, 3 hits, 5 runs, 6 walks, and 5 strikeouts. And maybe buying some time for the guy out in the left field bullpen to get loose and ready to go. So a 2-0 count here to Grayson Hunsley. McPherson trying to get his first strike across. They're throwing 8 straight misses. The 2-0 pitch. That one is chopped foul, so that is the first strike. Coach Iverson will make the play and throw the ball back across to McPherson. Mason can pull the Eights back within 5. But Hunsley, I think he'd be a little bit of, or trying to fix the shoe. Hopefully just trying to fix the cleat. Looking around the field, didn't see him taking his time getting back in the box. The 2-1 pitch. There's a line shot into left field. Moving over to left field to make the catch. Babcock will tag. He will come in to score. And it's a 12-6 ball game. The 3rd run to score here in the 4th inning for the Eights. First out recorded. Sacrifice fly for Hunsley. And it brings up Bridger Babcock. So the runner's still at second here with 1 away in the top of the 4th inning. And the first pitch is over for strike 1 to Bridger Babcock. He is 0 for 1, struck out swinging in the 2nd and walked in the 3rd. That'll get to the backstop, and the runner will take 3rd. So Simpson now is 90 feet away from getting the 4th run of the inning for Post State. Would pull them within 5. One on and 1 out here in the top of the 4th. There's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and the count's now 1-2. Glendive in that 4th inning, they will have 9-1-2. They had 13 guys come to the plate in that 3rd inning, scoring 7 runs with only 3 hits, but 3 errors and 3 men left on base. one could have been a lot less for the Eights, but also at the same time it could have been a lot more against them. 1-2 pitch. Here's a ground ball that will get the other run to score. Fielded by the second baseman. The throw to first will be in time. Silla will retire Bridger Babcock, but it'll be an RBI for Babcock, and there's now 2 down, and the first 4 guys that reach base all have come in to score, and nobody on with 2 away. 2 productive outs for the Eights, and they've got themselves back within 5. Now down 12-7. And now here is J.J. Buchholz, who is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. First pitch will miss low for ball 1. He's hitting with nobody on here in the top of the 4th now with 2 outs. The 7th man to come to the plate here for the Eights. The 1-0 pitch. That'll be on the outside corner for a strike. The count's now 1-1. Looking how the timing of this game has gone to this point, would assume that will probably be behind schedule and might be a little bit later than the 2:30 start time, but it's all still speculation at this point, and until the game ends or we're past the start time of game number 2, everything will be all speculation. Counts 2-1 here to J.J. Buchholz. The 2-1 pitch. That'll be inside. The count is now at 3-1. The 3-1 pitch upcoming here to Buchholz with Braden Hulett on deck. And it's upstairs. It'll be ball 4. And it's a runner on at first again here with 2 away. As the 4th walk of the inning from Glendive and 5th man to reach on a free pass. Post State has scored 4 runs without recording a base hit in this inning. And Braden Hulett, who had an RBI walk in the 3rd, step back to the plate here with 2 outs in the 4th. 8th man to come to the plate. Swing and a miss for strike 1. See if Charlie Simpson can be efficient again in that 4th inning. Really been slow through each of these half innings so far. That was on the outside corner, and the count's now 0-2. I mean, we're an hour and 41 minutes in the ball game, and just not quite into the bottom of the 4th inning. Here's the 0-2. That one just a bit outside as McPherson hit the outside corner. The last pitch was trying to go there again, but pushed it a little bit too far outside to try and get the call. And Hulett wasn't chasing. And the count the count is now at 1-2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch popped up on the shallow center field, backing up the second baseman and still to make the catch and retire the side here in the 4th inning. But 4 runs score without a hit in the inning. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 4th, 12-7 lead for Glendive over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Look, it's no secret that owning a vehicle can cause a lot of stress, and they get a lot of wear and tear on them through the extreme seasons we've grown to love. Graham Tire wants you to know that you can trust them with any problem that you have with your vehicle. Their ASE certified mechanics can make your AC cool again, or even just change your oil. They can look into and fix those noises that seem to come from nowhere and have you stressed out. Bring your car to Graham Tire so they can put your mind at ease. Graham Tire, your tire store next door.
Why am I so sore? There are everyday moments.
What? Hey, hold the ladder!
Yeah, that hurt. And there are epic moments.
Slide, slide, slide! College! Class of 1995!
When a moment creates a health need, visit the experts at Avera Orthopedics. We're moving health forward so you can tell the story. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
Bottom of the fourth, it is a 12-7 lead for the Blue Devils of Glendive over the Eights of Pierre. 9-1 and 2. Jaden Silla, Aiden Zodi Seiko, and Brock Klontz, the first three hitters. Well, actually, we'll have a new hitter here for, and we'll see as Voss is the last name. We'll see what the first name is here real quick as he gets ready to swing the bat for the first time, and that will be missing for ball one. They got the last name on the lineup card, but not so much. As it'll be Garrett Voss that is hitting as he swings and misses in the 1-0 pitch, and the count's now 1-1. Garrett Voss now hitting for Silla, and then we'll get back to the top of the order. 1-1 pitch is upstairs, outside, and the count's now 2-1. So Silla goes 1 for 2. 2-1 pitch is on the inside corner for a strike, and the count's now 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. That'll hit him. The leadoff man is on to kick off the bottom of the fourth inning. And it will bring up now Aiden Zodi Seiko. He is 1 for 3. The single in the second inning. He ground out to open up the first. Made the first out in the third inning, although he did not lead off the inning. His first pitch is over for strike one from Simpson. Flew out to the left fielder, and who led at the time. After the first 5 guys reach base in that third inning. That'll be off of Nolan Peterson after it was just off the bat and then hit Peterson. Not sure if it was off of where there was any kind of padding, but when it ricochets like that, it's not going to feel good. Well, the trainer will come out and check on Peterson as well. They got him right on the left hip as he was pointing down just below the waist and right on the left side of the hip. So he seems to be okay and will be good to go. Home plate umpire will give him just a little bit. We'll give him just a couple of extra seconds here before we get back to baseball. But Peterson is okay. The count is 0-2. You know, the pitch to Zodi Seiko was on the hands, and it just had barely grazed the bat and then off of Peterson. 0-2 pitch. That'll be well outside. The count's now 1-2. Wind trying to pick up here at Minot in a cooler day, 67 degrees right now. The wind still being pretty light and variable throughout. That one will bounce in. The count is now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're looking to get up to around 75. Looking at 76 as a high, but right around the 75 mark by the time that we get our second game underway. 2-2 pitch. There's a swing and a miss and a strikeout for Simpson, and there's one down here in the bottom of the fourth. First strikeouts for the pitching staff for the Eights here today. And Brock Klontz now will come to the plate. He is 1 for 2. Single in the first. Ground out in the second, walked in the third. The 4th time through the lineup right now here for Glendive, and we are in here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Here's a ground ball to second baseman. Bridger Babcock will field, throw to second for 1. and hesitated on whether he was going to throw it to first right away or not, and whether that was the difference of turning two or not. The runner running down at first, Klontz, was able to get there without a throw. But 4-6 in the fielder's choice, and there's two down here in the bottom of the fourth, and it brings up Chase Crockett. Crockett is 1 for 2 with an RBI sac fly. He did single back in the first inning. Here's the first pitch to Crockett. Swing and a pop up into shallow right center field. Sun and Shine will come in to make the catch and retire the side here in the bottom of the fourth inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and one man left on base. We head to the fifth at 12-7 lead for Glendive over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
The Toyota truck family. Outlast and outlive every adventure. The Toyota Tundra is large and in charge with exceptional performance, making the powerhouse ultra-capable for practically any task. The Tundra delivers proper performance with a twin-turbo V6 engine and 10-speed automatic transmission for when the going gets rough. Whether you're conquering off-road trails or hauling the weight of the world, the Toyota Tundra at Capital City Toyota is offering great APR rates as low as 1.99% for 48 months, with other specials up to 72 months for qualified buyers. Contact a sales professional at Capital City Toyota today.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
It is the top of the fifth inning. Post State is pulled back within 5. And they will have 9-1-2 here in the fifth. Gunnar Edson, Nolan Peterson, and Sun and Shine. Anybody reaches base, it'll be Coulter Babcock. Here in the fifth of game 1 of 2 today. And again, Mandan will play South Central. That'll be coming up at 12:15. And then Pierre and Minot will play at 12:30. Probably will not be a 12:15 start for Mandan and South Central. And that potentially could drop us back a little bit farther behind 2:30. But again, until we get to the end of this ball game, we'll kind of have more of an idea when this ball game ends and if it'll be 2:15 when we get back on the air, or maybe a little bit later than 2:15. As Gunnar Edson will step to the plate to lead things off here in the top of the fifth. First pitch will be upstairs for ball 1. The Eights scored 4 runs without a hit in that fourth inning. He had 3 walks and hit batter. Here's the 1-0. That was on the outside corner for a strike, and the count is now even at a ball and a strike here to Edson. Edson walked in the second, struck out looking to end the third. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one is on the outside corner again for a strike. The count's now 1-2. Edson was thinking about swinging, did not, and it also felt like it might have been a little bit low and away. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That is outside, and the count is now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Leadoff man here at the top of the fifth. Here comes the 2-2. That one's off the hands, but that will roll foul. And it will remain a 2-2 count here to Gunnar Edson. Here is the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball on the left side. This will be fielded by the third baseman, and Hofer. His throw to first will be in time. The leadoff man is retired here to open up the top of the fifth inning. And it brings back up the top of the order in Nolan Peterson, who is 1 for 2, an RBI single in the second. Popped out to short in the shallow left center field to open up the ball game. And then was walked and scored in leading off the fourth. So he is, his 4 plate appearances, been the leadoff man twice so far. First pitch will swing and foul that one down the third base side. Coach Iverson thought about maybe making a play on it, but wise on how fast the ball was hit down to the third base side, so he'll let that one go. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That'll be on the outside corner for a strike, and the count's now 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch coming here from McPherson to Peterson. That'll miss low and away, and the count's now 1-2. Again, coming up tonight, we've got coverage of the Men's College World Series. It'll be 6:30 first pitch between Tennessee and Texas A&M. Then on Sunday, tomorrow, we'll have it as well, coverage at 12:45 with first pitch at 1 o'clock. There's a ground ball to the shortstop, fielded by Rivas. His throw to first, back-to-back groundouts to open up the top of the fifth inning. And there's 2 down here in the top of the fifth, and it brings up the number 2 hitter, Sun and Shine. But then Monday, we will not have Game 3 if it is necessary, because we will have Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final after Edmonton, down 3-0, has won the last 3 games to force a Game 7. And we'll have Game 7 of the Cup Final here on KCCR. This will be lined into center field for a base hit for Sun and Shine, as he is now 1 for 2 after being hit by a pitch twice. Gets his first hit, 3rd time on base. And it will bring up Coulter Babcock to extend the inning. Babcock is 0 for 1 so far. He walked, actually 0 for 0. The spot is 0 for 1. Doyle went 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout, but Babcock's 0 for 0 with the walk. First pitch swinging, fouls it off his leg, and counts 0-1. So that is what we have on tap for today until tomorrow, along with on to Monday, and then we've got post-state baseball on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then Thursday and Friday will be the first time that KCCR will not see back-to-back games since early April of the regular sports talk on Tuesday and Wednesday. I mean, that Thursday and Friday. That one's over for a strike. The count's now 0-2. And things will kind of settle down with baseball games to be played. We'll have Major League Baseball games Saturday and Sunday throughout the rest of the summer and all the way into the fall until the NFL and college football rolls back around. Here's the 0-2 pitch. I want to miss low. The throw to second with the runner taking off, and Sun and Shine will steal second. And the count's now 1-2. And a base hit here from Coulter Babcock can pull the eights within 4. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Babcock will strike out, and that will retire the side here in the 5th inning. No runs, a hit, and no errors, and a man left on base. Bottom of the 5, going to bottom 5. It is a 12-7 lead for Glendive over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Most of us already know that Gale's Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
People helping people.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Bottom of the fifth, and it is a 12-5 lead for Glendive over Pierre. And it will be 4, 5, and 6. Tegan Wall, Carter Amsler, and Quinn Hope for the first three hitters for the Blue Devils here in the fifth inning. Charlie Simpson was able to get a scoreless bottom of the fourth, allowing just the first man to reach base with a hit by a pitch and a fielder's choice in there as well. But had faced just four hitters to get those three outs. And Tegan Wall, who is 2 for 3 with 3 runs driven in. He's got a triple and a double so far. He doubled home a run in the third inning. As the first pitch, he'll swing and foul that one back for strike one. Again, Mandan and South Central will play. If Mandan wins, they will clinch a spot in the championship game. As that one will miss low, the count's now 1-1. Because nobody else other than Minot would be able to get to 3 wins. Everybody, again, besides Minot would have at least 2 losses. This will miss low, and the count's now 2-0. So they know that they can just win this first game and be in the championship of the tournament on Sunday. For Pierre and Glendive, they'll need some help. And would most likely need, well, for Pierre, Mandan winning that game will be beneficial to them. Then Pierre would have to, well, as long as they win this game, that would be beneficial for them. This will be skied out left field. Braden Houlette will go back out shy of the warning track. He'll make the catch in left field. The leadoff man is retired here to open up the bottom of the fifth inning. And it'll bring up Carter Amsler. Amsler is 1 for 1 in the ball game. He has tripled home a run. It was a catcher's interference and also a walk in the third inning for him. So he technically did not have a official at bat in the third. The first pitch will miss inside for ball 1 to Amsler. You are listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station. That one's over for a strike. The count's now 1-1, past the 2-hour mark of this ball game, but past 12 o'clock here on the Saturday afternoon. Drew McIntyre back at the station. John Wickler here in Minot, North Dakota. That one's over for a strike. The count's now 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. That'll miss low and away, and the count is now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here to Amsler. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, and a strikeout for Simpson. There's 2 down now here in the bottom of the fifth. And it will bring up Quinn Hofer. He is also 1 for 1. He singled home a run in the first inning and then walked and was hit by a pitch in the third. He scored after his walk in the third inning, but was stranded out second. Ground ball, the third baseman, J.J. Buckles will field the backhand. His throw across the diamond is low, but not scooped out by Coulter Babcock, and it'll be a 2-out error charged to Buckles, and the inning will continue. It'll be the 4th error of the ball game for Post States. So the inning will continue now for Jake Wade. who was 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Ground out to the first, reached on an error in the third, and also singled the homer run in the third inning. First pitch swinging. This will be popped up. Grayson Hunsley will call for it at shortstop to make the catch and retire the side. Here in the bottom of the fifth, no runs, no hits, an error, and a man left on base. We head to the sixth. It is a 12-7 lead for the Blue Devils over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
The lawyers at the May Adam Law Firm in Pierre know how important your families are to you. If you've been putting off getting your affairs in order, know that the May Adam Law Firm is available to counsel you through your questions and help you get the documents in place so that you've made your loved ones secure. Call them at 224-8803 and they can chat with you about how to document your concerns and care for your family. We're all in this together, and the May Adam Law Firm is ready and able to help.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Back here at a 12-7 lead for Glendive over Pierre. And we head to the sixth, and it will be 4, 5, and 6 for the eights. Charlie Simpson, Grayson Hunsley, and Bridger Babcock. He might reach his base. It'll then be to J.J. Buckles as the eights are trying to mount a 5-run comeback here in the next 2 innings. They were down 12-3. Were able to score 4 runs without a hit in the 4th inning. And now with a 5-run deficit, they're trying to find a way to claw their way back in this game. Charlie Simpson is 1 for 1, sac fly RBI in the first, single it scored in the third, and walked and scored in the 4th. As the first pitch from McPherson comes in and misses well outside for ball 1. May have another train coming through here soon. Sounds like faintly in the distance, the road closing. Here's the 1-0 pitch. A little bit slow, and the count's out 2-0. There we go. It's on its way back through. Another train on its way through. Be train number 2 of the day. If the train comes through at Hyatt Stadium, which doesn't happen very often, usually happens about once every 4 to 5 doubleheaders, I think, maybe more like once every 10 doubleheaders. We get a train that rolls through in the early evening hours. I think that's louder than what it is here in Minot. It just felt like it was louder. Maybe once it gets right over where it's coming into view. There's a ground ball base hit for Simpson, the 2-0 pitch. And he is 2 for 2 in the ball game. Open things up, and a leadoff man aboard here for the eights. And it brings up Grayson Hunsley. Right around this spot right here where the train is at and out beyond left field. I think that's usually when it's the loudest. When it may not blare the horn. Grayson Hunsley is 1 for 2. Flew out of the left fielder to end the first. Single in the third and had a sac fly RBI in the 4th. Takeoff attempt and no tag applied. Hunsley will dig in and wait on the first pitch. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. So 4, 5, and 6 here for the eights in the 6th inning. As they will try and maybe cut the lead in half. You're not going to get all of the 5 runs back in the 6th inning, but a couple of runs will be big to get back within striking distance. Runner takes off. Hunsley will sky this out towards left field. Simpson, who is almost in the bag at second, will have to run back to first as a catch made by the left fielder and Amsler for the first out. Simpson gets back in safely, and there is 1 on and 1 out now here for Bridger Babcock. Here's the first pitch now to Babcock from McPherson. Upstairs for ball one. He's really settled in after struggling to find the strike zone, walking the first two guys and walking into three guys in that first inning in the fourth. But settled in, allowing just one base runner in the fifth, facing just four guys. That one's on the outside corner for a strike, and the count's now even at a ball and a strike. Here's the 1-1 with Simpson leading away from first base. That'll miss low and inside for the back foot breaking ball. The count is now at 2 balls and a strike. Another pickoff move, but Simpson was a step away off the bag. Seven runs, 5 hits, and 4 errors for Post States. 12 runs on 10 hits, no errors for the Blue Devils of Glendive. The count's now 3-1. The Eights had scored those 7 runs in just 3 hits before the 2-out single by Sun and Shine, and then Simpson's leadoff single. 3-1 pitch. Bridger Babcock will get that one out towards right center field, down for a base hit. Simpson will round second on his way to third. And it's a runners are at the corners here with 1 out in the top of the 6th inning. And I'll bring up J.J. Buckles. Buckles is 0 for 2 with a walk. Struck out swinging in both the 2nd and 3rd inning before walking in the 4th. But an RBI opportunity to get the Eights within 4. Here's the first pitch. Buckles swings and misses for strike 1. Coach Iverson will yell out some numbers. We'll see what might be on here with the runners at first and third and 1 out. Runner takes off for second. The throw will go to second. The tag will be applied. Now the runner will come in to try and score. They will come in to score, and the runner is out at second. They get the double steal that scores a run, but now there's 2 outs, and the count's 1-1 here to Buckles. The strike was thrown to second. Charlie Simpson was struggling on if he wanted to go home or not, but eventually came home, and they were able to get the 2nd out, but a run did score. Counts now 2-1. So nobody on and 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. 12-8 now our score. The run did score for Post States. They scored in 5 of the 6 innings, but still trailed by 4. Swing and a miss by Buckles, and the count's now 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch from McPherson to Buckles. That's upstairs, and the count's now 3-2. On deck, number 8 hitter Braden Houlette. 3-2 pitch. Chopper foul. Another 3-2 pitch upcoming. Glendive in the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll have 8, 9, and 1. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Buckles will strike out, and that will end the inning here in the top of the 6th. 1 run does score on 2 hits in the inning. There are no errors. and no one left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th, 12-8. Glendive leads Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Ferding Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Ferding Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial project. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Ferding Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Ferding Electric, 224-8684.
Hey, yo, Speedo's Lawn Care.
Hello. Say, my yard's in rough shape. It's got weeds, brown spots, and crabgrass.
Yeah, no problemo. What shade of green you need? We got 31 shades of green over here. Even the latest shade of septic tank grass green. That one just naturally gives off a glow.
Call the professionals at True Green. They know how to get your lawn healthy and keep it healthy. They guarantee it. All technicians are trained and certified.
Call True Green, 224-1916.
Bottom of the 6th, it is a 12-8 lead for Glendive over Post States. And it will be 8-9-1. Ethan Rivas, Garrett Voss, and Aiden Zodiseko will be the first three hitters. Last night, obviously, well, Twins fans aren't going to be happy about talking about it, but they had a pitcher that gets the win without recording it out, which surprisingly has not been, the first time in history or even the 10th time. There's been close to almost 30 times in Major League history a pitcher won a game without recording a pitch, as Bridger Babcock will field the first pitch swinging from Ethan Rivas to ground down to the second baseman. And the leadoff man retired in the first pitch here to open up the bottom of the 6th inning. And it'll bring up Garrett Voss. But Sean Newcomb got his first win of the year, picking off a man in between first and second as the 27th pitcher. It was the first in A's history to do it. Second pitch, that one is ripped foul down the third base line as it hooked foul. So he officially did not face a batter. 27th pitcher in Major League history, but actually it's the first one since 2020. And Tony Watson did it for the Giants on August 30th of 2020. That was about the halfway point of the season because they started so late in that 2020 year. But that's the first time since 2020, which is surprising that it's actually been 27 times overall, as it counts 1 and 2 here to Charlie Simpson to Garrett Voss. But a wild Major League Baseball stat. It's hard to believe that's happened as much as it has. There's a swing and a miss, a strikeout for Simpson. 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. That brings up Aiden Zodiseko. And the next game was supposed to start at 12:15. So we are already behind of our next game getting started between Mandan and South Central, which could put us then behind of the 2:30 game. They'd have to really have a solid pace. So right now we're probably looking at more being 2:30 to 2:45 and maybe getting on the air. And the game start closer to 3 o'clock. This will be a ground ball for J.J. Buckles over at third. Hits throw to first. It's a 1-2-3 inning for the Eights here in the 6th, the first of the ball game for either side. And we head to the top of the 7th. The Eights need 4 runs, down by 4 to Glendive. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Looking for a change, a career, not just a job? Beck Motor Company of Pierre is looking for a team-oriented individual to join their parts department. We offer 401k, free individual health insurance, paid leave, a company cabin in the Black Hills, on-site gym, and more. Experience is a plus, but we'll train the right individual. If you have the ability to use a computer, provide great customer service, and willing to learn and adapt in a very busy environment, we want to visit with you. Call Steve Meyer at 605-224-5912 or stop by Beck Motors for more information.
Are you or a family member receiving Medicare calls asking if you've received your new Medicare card? This should be a red flag, as Medicare is not sending out new cards, and Medicare will not contact you to ask you about your card. If you have, or someone you know has received this type of call and they gave out their Medicare number, please contact the South Dakota Attorney General's Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986.
It is the top of the 7th and a 4-run lead for Glendive to try and close out this ball game against Pierre. And it will be for the 8s, 8-9-1. Braden Houlette's, Gunnar Edson, and Nolan Peterson. He might reach his base, sun and shine, which they will need at least those 4 guys to come to the plate, and all 4 of them would have to score to try and tie this ball game back up. But they're down their final 3 outs here, and if they do lose this game, they will play against Minot, and that will for sure be the final game of the day of the tournament for them. They will not play on Sunday. If Glendive wins, they will need some help with the fact that they will probably need a lot of runs to be scored. One, they would need, actually, well, again, with Glendive losing to both Minot and Mandan, somebody will have to be 3-1, and the other will be 2-2. They would need South Central to also be 2-2, so they would need to beat Mandan. And then also for them to beat their final opponent, again, obviously would be South Central, but South Central to be 2-2, Glendive to be 2-2, and Minot would have to fall to 2-2, so they need some help from Post State as well. So they would have to have 3 different games go their way. As Houlette will foul this one down the right field line, and it will be a 1-1 count. So if South Central would lose to Mandan, that would effectively eliminate them from the potential of playing in the championship game on Sunday. 1-1 pitch. There's a ground ball to the right side, fielded by the second baseman. The throw to first will be in time, and the leadoff man is retired here in the top of the 7th. And I'll bring up the number 9 man and Gunnar Edson. Because if Mandan would win, South Central, the best they could do is 1-3 then, because Glendive would have to beat them. But then Mandan at 3-0, Minot could only be 2-2. It'd be the only other 2-2 team and have the head-to-head record against them. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1 to Edson. So they would need South Central to win this next game to continue to move things along. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. It's now 1-1. And again, with Mandan, if they would win that game, they would find themselves at 3-0 and have clinched a spot in the championship game, with only Minot having a shot to get to 3 wins. Here's the 1-1 pitch. A miss inside. The count's now 2-1. And if Mandan or Minot wins one of their 2 games today, they are into the championship. Which Pierre will play Minot around 2:30, probably be closer, maybe closer to 3 o'clock at this point. That'll miss low and inside. The count's now 3-1. As we are finding ourselves into a near 2.5-hour ball game. A 3-1 pitch. It'll be upstairs for ball 4, and Gunnar Edson will walk for the second time. And the top of the order will now be up here for Post State's Nolan Peterson, who is 1 for 3 in the ball game. And Sun and Shine, out barring a double play, will have a chance to hit as well for Post State. And tying run still not quite on the on-deck circle yet. But the Aces have scored in 5 of the 6 innings, with a run in the first, second, third, and 6th, and 4 runs in the 4th. First pitch to Nolan Peterson will bounce in, blocked up by the catcher. And Zodi Seiko, and it will be not far enough for Edson to take second. Glendive scored 5 in the first and 7 in the third. Post State has been able to get 4 different zeros up on the board. It counts 2-0, but and then you look on the other side of things, and the earned runs against have been 8 earned runs against the Glendive pitchers, but only 5 earned runs against the Pierre pitching staff. So if you go by the earned runs, Post State would be trying to add on to a lead instead of trying to come back from a 4-run deficit. And that 7-run third had 3 different errors in the inning. 4 errors in total for Post State. 2-1 pitch. It is upstairs, and the count's now 3-1. And again, we'll try and give you a time frame, but we'll wait until this game is over with, because it could end in the next couple seconds. It could end in the next 5 to 10 minutes. We'll try and then tell you exactly when we feel like we'll be back on the air. 3-1 pitch will miss inside for ball 4, and it's now first and second. And the on-deck hitter would be the tying run. So the tying run has moved out of the dugout, but not yet to the plate. Sun and Shine will come to the plate now with runners at first and second. He is 1 for 2, hit by a pitch twice, singled in the 5th inning. A shot to the gap somewhere. Make things just a little bit more interesting here for this ball game. First pitch swinging, that is ripped foul down the third base line. Edson is at second, Peterson at first. Number 2 man in the order, 2, 3, and 4 here for the Eights. See if they can get 4 runs across and keep this ball game moving. 0-1 pitch will bounce in, blocked up by the catcher, and the count is now even at a ball and a strike. If we would get to the bottom of the 7th inning, Charlie Simpson, who has been good on the mound, he has thrown 41 pitches. So he's still got plenty to go to try and maybe get through a 7th inning if they need to. 1-1 pitch is upstairs, and the count's now 2-1. You look at the rest of the lineup here. Sun and Shine, Grayson Hunsley, J.J. Buckholz. I think Nolan Peterson is available, but that is all the guys that are left for Pierre, and even then, you look at if Pierre would come back and win this game and end up getting another win in the against Minot, they might legitimately be out of guys that can pitch. Miles Doyle would be he wouldn't be available either. He has to wait till Monday to pitch. That'll miss for ball 4. The bases are now loaded as our third train comes through of this ball game. So now the tying run will come to the plates with 1 out in the 7th inning. And it is Coulter Babcock now. Bases are loaded. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Tying run is now at the plate for the Eights. And a go-ahead run has moved on to the on-deck circle. Here's the first pitch. That is going to be over for a strike, and the count's 0-1. Babcock so far, he is just 0 for 1, been 2 plate appearances. Miles Doyle went 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. Coulter Babcock also 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. 0-1 pitch. That'll miss low and away. The count's now 1-1. No activity on the left field bullpen right now for the Blue Devils. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's upstairs, and the count's now 2-1. I think the Blue Devils are trying to get through this 7th inning without having to try and get through another arm, because they also are trying to play their 4th game in 2 days. 2-1 pitch. It'll bounce in. The count's now 3-1. Got Peterson, Sun and Shine, Grayson Hunsley, J.J. Buckles are the only guys that are available to pitch today. And then nobody is able to pitch tomorrow that is unable to pitch right now, as that one's fouled away and the count's now 3-2. So you really have to try and would have to piece everything together and hope that if you would come back and win this game, then also win the next game and get yourself into the championship, that whoever pitches in the next game will have to be very efficient and leave as much available as possible. 3-2 pitch. That'll be ball 4. And a run will come in to score. 12-9 is the score. And it'll bring up now Charlie Simpson, so the tying run is on base. And time will be called, and I think we're going to have a pitching change. RBI for Coulter Babcock. And we will see one more guy come to the mound for Glendive. We'll step aside for a minute and tell you the changes. 12-9 our score. The bases loaded, 1 out in the top of the 7th. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
AGE Corporation's Contractors and Crane Service is a proud supporter of Pierre Governor Athletics. For almost 60 years, AGE has been building South Dakota. For all your site work construction and crane work needs this season, AGE is here to help. Give them a call. AGE Corporation and Crane Service, 223-2732. That's 223-2732. AGE, proud supporters of local sports.
So Tegan Wall is now on the mound to try and get the final 2 outs of this ball game, and looking like we're seeing the left fielder and Amser come in to play first, and McPherson going out to be out in the field, so the DH will be gone, and it will be McPherson that will hit in the number 3 spot for Crockett. Would be due up third in the 7th inning if we get to the bottom of the 7th inning. But for Tegan Wall, this will be his 4th appearance, 3rd relief appearance overall, 4 2/3 innings. Does have a save in his 1 opportunity, 6 hits, 7 runs, as they're all earned, 6 walks and 8 strikeouts. The ERA is at 10.5, whip at 2.57, batting average against that 286. So he will deal with 4, 5, and 6, or at least 4 and 5. He's 1 pitch away from getting out of the game. There's bases loaded with 1 out. But he will have Charlie Simpson and Grayson Hunsley to deal with. You both have hits of the 6 right now for Post States. Simpson has gotten 2 hits. He's 2 for 2 in the ball game with a sac fly, RBI, and a walk. And then Grayson Hunsley is 1 for 3 with a base hit and also a sac fly, RBI. So the tying run is on base at first. Go-ahead run now at the plate for Post State. They were once down 12-3. We're talking about maybe a 10-run rule, or even the dreaded 15-run rule after 4. But a 4-run 4th, 1 run the 6th, and a run here in the 7th has made this from a 12-3 game to a now 12-9 ball game. And the tying run is on base with 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Wall will come set from the stretch and deliver the first pitch. That's over for strike 1 here to Simpson. So Simpson is 2 for 2, looking to go 3 for 3 and drive in his 2nd run of the ball game, or maybe 2nd or 3rd run of the ball game. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That'll bounce in, blocked up by the catcher, and the count's now 1-1. This will be right now the longest game time-wise of the year for Post State. We're past the 2.5-hour mark. 1-1 pitch. There's a ground ball up the middle, diving for the play made by the shortstop. The throw to first is going to be in time. And there's 2 down, 1 a play from the shortstop in Rivas to get the runner down at first. Both runners did move up to make it a 12-10 ball game, and the tying runs are in scoring position. So a second out, and Grayson Hunsley now to the plate. Base hit can tie the ball game up. First pitch to Hunsley. That one's fouled straight back, and the count's 0-1. Hunsley is 1 for 3 with an RBI. Simpson gets his second RBI. Coulter Babcock is the tying run at second. Base hit with 2 outs could tie the ball game up. 0-1 pitch is upstairs, and the count's now 1-1. Runners at second and third. 1-1 pitch to Grayson Hunsley. Line shot. That's a base hit. 1 run will come in to score. Coulter Babcock will come around, and he will score without a throw, and we are tied at 12. A 4-run 7th inning has tied this game up. And the go-ahead run now stands at first base. 2 RBI single for Grayson Hunsley with 2 outs here in the 7th. And we're not quite done yet. And it brings up Bridger Babcock, who is 1 for 3 in the ball game with an RBI ground out. First pitch is high and outside for ball 1. Again, we were talking about a potential of the 10-run rule, and even talking about the 15-run rule after 4. The Eights were down by 9, and they've scored 9 unanswered. 1-0 pitch over for a strike. The count's now 1-1 here to Bridger Babcock. Trying to get his second base hit. Hunsley now 2 for 4 in the ball game. J.J. Buchholz is on deck for the Eights. 1-1 pitch. That is upstairs, and the count's now 2-1. So again, we're well past what was scheduled to be the start time of the second game. And most likely be backing, we're less than 2 hours away from our game supposed to start at 2:30. That would be fouled back, and the count's 2-2. Hunsley leads away from first. With 2 outs in the inning, any ball with contact, Hunsley will be off. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and a strikeout. And that will end the inning here in the top of the 7th. 4-run score in the inning on just 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. So we are all tied up at 12 as we head to the bottom of the 7th. We'll step aside for a minute. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At AgTegra, we're leveraging the power of the cooperative to benefit our farmers and ranchers, their families, and local communities. We're creating jobs for your neighbors and putting money back into our communities. We're lending a hand in our rural fire departments, food banks, and 4-H and FFA programs. That's what local is all about. When you do business at AgTegra, you help us make a difference in your community. AgTegra, strong, stable, dependable, and local.
Stolken Peterson LLP has been your local CPA firm for over 40 years, offering tax preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, and consulting services. If your business, farm, or ranch needs professional, accurate, and reliable services, we are your firm. Our clients are our number one priority. If you need a higher level of accounting service, give us a call at 605-224-5828. That's Stolken Peterson LLP, 222 East Missouri Avenue in Pierre.
It is the bottom of the 7th in a 12-12 game. It'll be 2-3-4 here for Glendive, who has not scored since the 3rd inning. As Brock Klontz, and then be McPherson and Wall. As the first pitch will be popped up, foul territory behind home plate. Calling for is Peterson. He'll make the basket catch. And the first man is retired here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And so one down here in the 7th. And we'll bring up Shane McPherson. This will be his first at-bats. They had 13 guys come to the plate in the 3rd inning in that 7-run 3rd. Yet here we are, 2 outs away from going to extra innings in the first game of the day here between Pierre and Glendive in the Minot tournament. 1-0 pitch will miss alone. The count's now 2-0. I don't know if the extra inning rules will have the runner on at second. Obviously, for the most part, they don't do that. 2-0 pitch is over for a strike, and the count's now 2-1. But in tournaments, sometimes they put on the ghost runner at second. Obviously, the major leagues do it too. 2-1 pitch will be popped up on the right side. Coulter Babcock will call for it. He'll make the catch. And there's 2 down now here in the 7th. And it will bring up now Tegan Wall. So a 9-run comeback for the Eights. 1 out away from getting us into extra innings. And Tegan Wall, who is 2 for 4 with a triple and a double. We'll hit the first pitch and watch that one go outside for ball 1. Wall now the pitcher of record for the Blue Devils. That'll come inside. The count's now 2-0. Coach Iverson looking at trying to find the pitch count for Charlie Simpson and figuring out, okay, how many more pitches can he go? 2-0 pitch. This will be fouled off on the right side into the post-8 dugout. And the count is now at 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 pitch. That was on the outside corner for a strike, and the count's now 2-2. The Eights are a strike away from getting us to our second extra inning ball game of the season. The 2-2 pitch. That one's grounded foul over the first base side, bouncing off the first base club here in Minot. I want to say that has been added on over the last 2 years when the Hot Tots of the Northwoods League came to town. 2-2 pitch, ground ball to shortstop Hunsley. Takes a nice hop for him. His throw to first is in time in a 1-2-3 7th inning. And we remain tied 12-12 as we will head to extra innings. Back in a minute, you're listening to Post-State Baseball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Brought to you by Limebach Construction Incorporated, who can build your recreational home or building along the beautiful lower Lake Oahe area. Whether if your hobby is hunting, fishing, travel, or water sports, we can come up with a building design that will fit your interests and expectations. We pride ourselves on using quality products, customer service, and open communication. Limebach Construction is locally owned and operated, serving the Missouri River community since 1994. For area of service and more information, contact Bill Limebach at 605-223-2738. That's 605-223-2738. Comtech, your local technology solutions provider, is now located on the Truck Bypass. With great brands like Bose, Sonos, LG, Samsung, Lenovo, and so much more.
Stop in to see their new showroom for everything in stock for your personal or business needs. Comtech provides professional installation and service after the sale. Comtech is your local technology store located now on the truck bypass, or visit us on the web at comtechplus.com.
So we're not done yet. We're going to go 8 innings at least, as Post States and Glendive are tied 12-12 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebind scoreboard. It was a 12-3 lead for the Blue Devils after 3 innings. A 4-run fourth, a run in the 6th, and a 4-run 7th has made this a tie ball game. And into extra innings we go. Again, Post State still has a chance to win the pool if they win this game. And they have the opportunity to make that happen. They get a win, and then things have to go right for them the rest of the way. But J.J. Buckles, Braden Houletts, and Gunnar Edson be the first 3 hitters. Here to open up the top of the 8th inning. First pitch swinging for Buckles. Ground ball to shortstop. Rivas will field. His throw to first will be in time. And the leadoff man is retired to open up the top of the 8th inning. We're playing so deep into this game, we're going to have our 4th train come through. As Braden Houlette will step to the plate, he is 0 for 2. Had an RBI walk back in the 3rd inning. Pop out of the second baseman, ground out to the second baseman as well. First pitch swinging, ground ball. That's going to get through the hole on the right side. And a 1-out single for Braden Houletts. 8th of the ball game for the 8s, and the go-ahead runner is on with 1 out in the 8th inning. Here's now Gunnar Edson, who is 0 for 2. 2 walks, strikeouts, and a ground out. You think about the diving play. It was mentioned with Rivas, who made the first play. That diving play by Rivas at short. If he doesn't make that diving play, the 8s might win the ball game, right? They might have won the game in 7 innings. If that gets through or no outs are recorded, there's a chance that they end up scoring extra runs. And if that had been anywhere closer to him, where he didn't have to dive for it, could have been a double play. Can't assume a double play is going to be turned, but he could have potentially seen a double play get turned. Gunnar Edson showing bunt will pull it back as the pitch was over his head for a ball, and the count's 1-0. Again, to get the train rolling through. 4th one of game number 1. In a busy morning now, actually afternoon, because we're almost to 1 o'clock now. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Edson showing bunt again. The runner takes off. That pitch will get to the backstop. Houlette will stand at second. It'll go down as a stolen base for him, and they don't have to worry about trying to bunt over the runner into scoring position anymore. And maybe if Edson can get the bunt down the 3rd base line, you could find yourself into maybe being 1st and 3rd with 1 out. And the top of the order is due up here for Post States. Here is the 2-0 pitch. That's high and inside. The count's now 3-0, and most likely taking will be Edson, with Wall, the now pitcher for Glendive. He came in the 7th inning to try and shut the door. Was unable to get the final couple outs, and now there's a 1-out walk issued to Edson as 1st and 2nd with 1 away. Going to go back and close the book on Shane McPherson as he went to 3 1/3 innings, giving up 3 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned, 6 walks and 2 strikeouts. So all but 1 run has been earned against the Glendive pitching staff, as the first pitch is upstairs for ball 1 to Nolan Peterson. And for Post State on the other side, only 5 runs have been earned. Charlie Simpson at 52 pitches. He's in good shape to go through the 8th inning. 1-0 pitch. That'll nearly hit Peterson. He almost looked at the dugout like he was trying to extend his arms out, thinking That's the only way it could have gotten hit. The count's 2-0 here to Nolan Peterson. He is 1 for 3 in the ballgame with an RBI single. Been walked twice. 2-0. That is upstairs, and the count's now 3-0. On deck, Sutton Sunshine. We'll try and give the Eights the lead since the first time they were leading 1-0 in the top of the first before a 5-run bomb of the first inning. 3-0 pitch. Instead, they will check the runner at second without a throw from Wall. Here is the 3-0 pitch. That is upstairs for ball 4, and the bases are now loaded with 1 out. And we'll see here if Sutton Sunshine can give the Eights the lead. Between him and Coulter Babcock, one of these two guys have to give them the lead. They will come in on the corners. They'll stay back in the middle, trying to turn a double play to get out of the inning. But anything on the corners or back to the pitcher will be coming home with it for the force out. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1 to Sunshine. Sunshine, who is 1 for 2, takes that one upstairs and counts now 2-0. He was hit by a pitch twice, walked, he singled, he scored 3 times. He's looking for his first RBI of the ball game to give the Eights the lead. The 2-0 pitch. That is upstairs. 7 straight misses here. The last 2 batters, along with the 4-pitch walk to Gunnar Edson. He's missed potentially 12 of the last 13 pitches. 3-0 pitch. That's over for a strike. The count's now 3-1. So good hitters count here for Sunshine to try and drive in the go-ahead run here in the top of the 8th inning. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. It's now 3-2. And this is a big pitch. Big pitch upcoming. No place to put him. Last thing you want for post 8 is a strikeout. 3-2 pitch. That one's fouled away by Sunshine. Good job of spoiling it. He was late, but he had to do what he did, what he could do to stay alive and extend the at-bat another pitch. 3-2 again. Walked him, and the post 8 will lead at 13-12 here in the top of the 8th inning. A 1-out single by Braden Houletts. He comes in to score. 3 straight walks. Made this a 13-12 lead. And Coulter Babcock, who had a bases loaded walk, to make it at that point made it a 3-run ball game. Now he's got a chance to extend the lead for post 8. First pitch over for strike 1. He's 0 for 1, 2 walks and a strikeout. The 0-1 pitch. That one is a strike, whether it be on the, I'm not sure if it was on the swing or it was a called strike, but either way, the count is now 0-2. Bases loaded, 1 out here at the top of the 8th inning. Post 8 leads at 13-12. 0-2 pitch taken for strike 3, and there's now 2 down. And we'll see if Charlie Simpson can help himself out and try to extend the lead more than 1. He'll have a chance, and he'll go against 5, 6, and 7 in the bottom of the 8th inning and try and give the Eights the win. First pitch swinging, skied out towards right field. Coming in as the right fielder. Wade will make the catch and retire the side. Here in the top of the 8th inning. Post 8 of the bases loaded with 1 out. And all they could do is score 1 run. 1 hit in the inning, no errors, and 3 men left on base. But they do take the lead here in the 8th, 13-12. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. A's 3 outs away from their second win of the season, first year of the tournament. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Nystrom Electrical Contracting in Pierre has been providing professional sales, service, and installation since 1977. Whether you're starting from scratch, new construction, or you're upgrading your current system at your home, farm, or office, give the professionals at Nystrom Electrical Contracting a call. They've got a lot of bright ideas. Call Nystrom's today to schedule a free computer-generated estimate. The number is 224-8750, or visit their website at nystromelectric.com.
As we head back here to the bottom of the 8th inning, Post State is leading 13-12 with American Family Insurance, Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. And they will deal with 5, 6, and 7. Carter Amsler, Quinn Hofer, and Jake Wade. As the 8s are 3 outs away from getting that first win here in the Minot tournament, they've scored 10 straight runs after being down 12-3 after 3. They now lead at 13-12 here in the 8th inning. First pitch will miss low for ball 1. Amsler, Hofer, Wade. He might reach his base. Rivas over for a strike. The count's now 1-1. We're pulling up on the 3-hour mark of this baseball game. We started at 10 a.m. and we are 4 minutes shy of 1 a.m. or 1 p.m. Feels like 1 a.m. There's a swing and a miss, and the count's now 1-2. Charlie Simpson, after 2 2/3 innings for Coulter Babcock, Simpson has been able to keep the bats at bay for Glendive. This will be popped up foul territory. Long run, J.J. Buckles over by the fence, diving for it, and he makes the catch. Slides in to make the catch, and the leadoff man retired here at the bottom of the 8th inning. Great play from Buckles. The A's finally maybe getting a couple breaks to finally go their way. And now brings up Quinn Hofer, who is 1 for 2 in the ball game. Singled home a run the first, walked and hit by a pitch in the third, and then reaching on an air in the 4th, make that the 5th inning. First pitch is ball 1 to Hofer. 1-0 pitch, ground ball to third baseman in between the hole between third and short, and a base hit, seeing eye single for Hofer, and he's on for the 3rd time. Well, he's been on every time, but on for the 2nd hit. And now we'll have we can have a pinch hitter. As we will get a pinch runner. That's Garrett Voss. Well, there'll be a different number 6. We'll see. Well, they have number 6, but Garrett Voss is the one listed on their lineup sheet as the guy that's running, but Garrett Voss is also going to be hitting here at some point. But now we get another hitter here. Taden Mikulski. There's a ground ball to the second baseman. Bridger Babcock will underhand flip for 1. That's all they can get. So the pinch runner is thrown out at second. There's 2 down, and the 8s are an out away from picking up the win. Ethan Rivas will come to the plates. So fielder's choice, 4-6, 2 outs. Let's see if the 8s can get the final out and get the win. First pitch off the hands. This will be foul after it bounced in the spin, took it into foul territory. 0-1 the count. Rivas is 2 for 4, singled in the first and also in the third. Grounded out both in the third and fifth innings. Eights are 2 strikes away and 1 out away from getting this wild win. Ground ball first base side. Babcock will field it. Roll eights in 8 innings. 13-12 win for Post States in a game that was a minute shy of 3 hours. As we are done with game number 1, a 13-12 win for Post States in game number 1. We'll come back with totals after this, back in 2 minutes here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back. The sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up all online. New or used, shop for it all online anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Well, the Eights going to win 13-12 in 8 innings as the Eights will get their second win of the season, beating the Glendive Blue Devils 13-12. They were down 12-3 after 3 and then scored in the last 10 straight runs, including 4 of the 7th to tie the game up and a run in the 8th to win it 13-12. 13 runs, 8 hits, 4 errors, 12 men left on base, 12 runs, 11 hits, no errors, and 8 men left on base for Glendive. Charlie Simpson's winning pitcher went 5 in the third innings, giving up just 1 hit. He did not allow any other base runners other than a hit batter. That's all and everybody else is an error, fielder's choice. That's the only way they got on base. Just 1 hit, no walks, 3 strikeouts, and a hit batter for Charlie Simpson, who will get the win with 5 in the third innings. Tegan Wall will get the loss, 1 2/3 innings, giving up 2 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. They had 16 walks in the ball game, did Glendive. Just 4 walks for Post State. And the Eights were able to score 13 runs on just 8 hits. They get the winning run on the sun and shine walk in the 8th inning after having an RBI walk from Coulter Babcock. RBI ground out for Charlie Simpson, but Grayson Hunsley with the biggest hit of the day, scoring those 2 runs in the 7th inning to tie the game up at 12-12 to get the Eights a chance to play in the 8th inning. You are listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront Broadcasting Station. So we are quite a bit behind schedule now, as the game before us and the game between the 2 games was supposed to start at 12:15. Well, that's going to be an hour behind. So we will get started with presumably, hopefully, around 3:15, 3:30. So we're going to be looking at maybe about 3 o'clock when we go on the air, which is about 45 minutes to an hour behind of where we were hoping to be But we'll be about between 3 and 3:15 is when we're hoping to maybe get on the air between Pierre and Minot for game 3 of the day, but the final game of the day for Post State, and then the first of the 2 for the Minot Vista. So we'll be back around 3:15 for coverage of Pierre and Minot. A 13-12 win for Pierre over Glendive. We want to say thanks to Drew McIntyre back at the station. John Wickler here signing off. Back around 3:15 for Pierre and Minot. Eights get their second win of the season. They beat Glendive in 8 innings, 13-12, as we say so long for now from Minot.
You've been listening to Post 8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Post 8 Baseball is brought to you by Comtech, Bank West, Nystrom Electric, Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, Lamb Motors, Todd's Electric, Edward Jones Financial, CHS River Plains, Wagner Auto, Jaeger, Faith Lutheran Church, Leinbach Construction, First Dakota National Bank, Avera, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, Shane's Pharmacy, Gales Gas, Owyhee Federal Credit Union, May Adam, Fisher Rounds, Ferding Electric, True Green Chemlon, Beck Motors, the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General, Division of Consumer Protection, Kruger Contracting, Egtegra, AGE Corporation Ready Mix, Stulkin Peterson LLP. Join us all season for Post 8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports, Central